Oh, wow. I'm nearly on time. Good grief. Oh, phew. Good evening. A a new time, a new place, and hopefully new friends and old friends. Forgive me, I just finished eating my roast chicken dinner with Greek roast potatoes. Oh, stuffed, absolutely stuffed. And I want to make sure I actually came on time. Which where are we? It's 5 minutes late. Sorry about that, guys. So I spoke about on Mick's stream the other day, maybe coming up on a Sunday evening rather than Monday evening, um, purely because Mondays being a school day for Tuesdays, obviously, um, can be quite difficult for me, but more importantly for everybody else. So I've taken the decision to come on, and I'm aware that Dusty and Snobby are no longer broadcasting. And if they do decide to come back on again, of course, I will then give way. Of course. However, here I am um, in full color, full of chicken, and my GoPro keeps my GoPro for some reason keeps flashing at me. I think I need to turn it off. Hang on. Is it mine or anybody else's? When I actually charged it, it got very excuse me, it got very hot. I like a bit of advice on that one actually, because I really do mean it was got very hot because I know it was. I was going to do something this afternoon and film it. Just a yap in a. I call it a yap in a garage. Just to sit down, have a yap, and talk and mull the week's occasions and what's going on. And there always seems to be something going on in the Conquer household. And of course, all the feeds in from Mick and all the rest of the guys that we all know and love and and enjoy their streams. So, what have I been up to? Well, to be honest with you guys, well, I was saying this earlier on Ash's AJP, yeah, his stream. I've actually got quite lazy, which is quite a worry for me actually. I've got plenty of work to do. I've got about 4 machines out there that need to be flipped. They all need work. Some major, some not so major. And every time I go out into the garage and look at them, I think I'll do that tomorrow. The trouble is, tomorrow never quite comes around. It's been like that now for a couple of weeks. Probably, I guess, because I was like a lot of other people, so very busy. Did a lot of work and did a lot of flipping and stuff, and it probably needed a bit of a break. And of course, we went on our cruise. Our cruise is, which, by the way, we're off on another one in 4 weeks' time. And in fact, today, only today, the first time ever, my lovely wife, Mrs. Conker, said, "I think we won't book any more this year. I've had enough." I've never heard her say that before, but I do understand. There's only so much good food, good wine, good company that you can take in one year. So we'll wait and see. So she's just now coming through. Am I broadcasting?
No, I was just going to tell you to watch lap 26.
I'm being told to watch lap 26. I will watch it later. This is a Grand Prix, by the way, and I'm a Grand Prix follower. Love it, watch it. So I got to watch lap 26. So please, anybody on there watching, don't tell me. Please don't tell me what's happened. I look forward to watching that when we finish here this evening. What else we done? Well, we've ordered a new Dyson. Eventually, our Dyson I bought when I was working with a company. Oh my lord, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, finally decided it got bored we're picking up dog's hair and other associated things. So we've ordered a new one. That's not exactly national news, though, is it? Apart from that, quite frankly, I've been a bit lazy. I keep starting up my FS38, the famous FS38. And I started up this evening purely because I walked past it. I thought, aha, let's see if it worked. And it did. It actually started up. Why am I surprised? I have no idea. I've followed some people's advice on how much choke to use, how much throttle to use, and it works. So I'm going to put it on the market soon. Maybe, I'm not sure if it's too late in the season, actually. However, we'll find out. And then my mate phoned up that owns a steel fabrication company, brought his strimmer in, one of these industrial ones. I can't remember the name. Which, well, he pulled his, he brought it into me and showed me that, and he pulled his guts out trying to start this damn thing. And I suggested, along with information or advice from other people, just put a new carb on there. Don't mess about. Don't mess around with service parts and gaskets and diaphragms and springs and God knows what else. Just whack a new carburetor on there. Because A, it's relatively cheap, and B, he can afford it. So that's a job to do tomorrow morning. So I'm going to do that for him. Although he's been actually in Spain. He's one of these people that has a house in Spain and whatever. We mix with very wealthy people. As you can see, we are very wealthy. Whatever. So there we go. Sunday evening, a new time, a new place. I do hope a few of you would like to come in and have a yap with me, talk to this silly old fool that talks nonsense most of the time. However, I suppose the main thing is, well, put it this way: there's a lady I work with in the doctor's surgery. Always asks me, "When are you on, Phil? I'd like to come in and join him because you're a lot of fun and occasionally I talk sense." She obviously does not know me. So, Kim, if you are watching this evening, here you go. Here's your chance. There we go. Who's actually watching? I mean, there's, believe it or not, there's 23 people in the house watching this silly old fool. It's full of chicken dinner, talking nonsense. But we'd like to have a chat with you up this evening if you care to join me and join everybody else. So Ash, good evening, mate. Ash, AJ Gardens. Hello, mate. And I did briefly have a step into your stream this afternoon. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and there was quite a good discussion going on actually. Yeah, as always, mate. You're good company. Dick Small Engines, conquering my mate. Hope you're very well. Thank you. I am actually, Dick. Although I still got bad shoulder, terrible bad shoulder, and I managed to walk in our kitchen. We have one of these. They call it a butcher's block, which is basically a table in the center of our kitchen, which is not very big. And I managed to walk into it today, and I whacked my thigh right into the corner. There's going to be a bruise there tomorrow, the size of well, God knows what. But apart from that, funny. Ghibli Inu, 7:30. Hi, I'm sorry, you'll forgive me. I don't recognise the name, but no doubt my administrators will keep an eye on everybody. You're welcome. 7:30 p.m. With a query. I was close. Grandpa Kevin, having a relaxing day. Yeah, good for you, mate. And I'm hoping that I understand what Henry's not been very well. I do hope he's okay. I have sent an email to him. Ken kindly sent me his email address. So we'll see if he's around this evening. If not, if you are watching, Henry, thinking of you, mate. And hopefully you'll get better very, very soon, whatever the problem is. Don't forget, the other thing is, if all else fails, gin works. Take it from me. William, hello, mate. William, it's always good to talk to you, mate. You're lovely. You're a lovely, lovely man. Dirt Rider, hi. Dirt Rider, yeah, you always support me. Thank you. Good to see you, mate. And Catch Cow, hi everybody. She says, Catch Cow, hi. Tim Palmer's in the house, talking to a few people. Where else? Yeah, Grandpa Kevin. Where's mine? Where are we? I'm not quite sure what that's all about. James Gibson. James, good evening, mate. Love to see you. Yap. Oh dear. Venkata Chulai Reddy. Hi. Well, hi. Nice to see you. Whoever you are. Good to see you. Come and have a chat. I'll put the link out in a few moments' time. Have a yap. Sparky, good evening, Sparky. I hope things are well with you and yours. I know you've been very busy recently. Good evening, Santa. Yeah. That comes from last night from Mixed Mowers, so they were talking about his Christmas live stream with all the famous people. And they were asking about who's going to go on, who's going to go off. And I thought, well, maybe Santa Claus ought to be making an appearance. So I put all this gear on. I do remember a couple of years ago when Mrs. H bought it for me, and I had to give the Christmas presents to all the Zumba girls. I had a wonderful time. But I was going to say all the fluff gets caught in your mouth, but you won't go down that road. You know, bros. Good evening, mate. Yeah, good evening, mate. How are you? I hope you're well. Where are we? Mick Hardy. Yeah, how are you? Dixon Strip it. Hi, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Pete Froud. Pete, lovely to see you, mate. As always, good to see you, mate. You take care. And Tim, yeah, everybody's having a good old yap this time. Now, if you might have heard that beep, for some reason, my GoPro just turned itself on. No idea. How the hell you turn the damn thing off? I think it's actually recording. Hang on a second. See if I can turn it off. Oh my lord, what have I done wrong here? I think I've turned it off. So I've probably got a video of me talking to myself on a PC. God knows why. I really don't know. So there we go. We're up to date. It's one about what, 7:45, 7:50, whatever, on a Sunday evening. With Grand Prix going on. With the machine I have out in the garage that it's been powder coated that I really, really, really must get to do some work on. Plus, of course, the fishing rod I'm trying to repair. And there's something else I got to do tomorrow. I've been called tomorrow afternoon, but I can't remember what it is. Can anybody help me with the GoPro? Why it keeps starting? Let's just turn this off a second. Maybe I've turned it on timer, have I? Okay. 2 seconds. I'm hoping this is going to turn off. There we go. Either that, I've managed to ruin my brand new GoPro 7 Black thing, which got very hot. I did charge it up, and it got I have no idea. Anybody can help me turn the damn thing off? Oh Lord! Perhaps it says GoPro start or something. And for those of you that have seen a couple of my videos, will know what I mean. Where are we? Yeah, there we go. So let's stick the let's put the link out. There we go. Let's see who's out there would like to come have a yap. Paste. There we go. And everybody's welcome. Excuse me. Especially if I do dinner. I don't have any freebies. I don't have any giveaways. I have 23 people watching me. And I think I've got about 130 followers. Why would you want to follow me? I'm sorry. Take the battery out. All right, mate. I'll throw it at the wall. Thank you. Do you know how much these things cost? They're a ridiculous amount of money. I haven't quite got the hang of it. I think I've also bought myself one of these, and I know it's damn stupid. It's a remote. But I find putting voice activation on seems to work. And for those of you who've seen the video, you know exactly what I mean. Yeah. Me talking to the camera to turn it on and off. Ridiculous. Of course, it's ridiculous. The other thing I haven't been doing at the moment, I've been having a bit of a clear out of the garage or my workshop. I call it my workshop. I call it shop. It's a garage. It's a double garage, what they call tandem garage. You've got one car after the other. It's one behind the other. So I've turned into a workshop. And I've become very aware that I've got two of everything, or at least too many things that I could never used. And I've decided to try and maybe sell some of it off. And been taking photographs of stuff and put it on. Tim, give us a wave, mate. Good evening, Tim. Nice to see you, mate. As always.
And you, Conker. And you.
How are you? How are you,
good,
mate?
Good.
Good man. Yeah, so I've been trying to maybe put on eBay and on local Nextdoor. Well, those guys in the UK will know about Nextdoor. It's like a local Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So I've decided maybe to get rid of some stuff, and I've become aware. I've become a hoarder over the years of all these tools and bits and bobs that I really don't need. So anyway, I've decided to try and sell it. And at the moment, I have the grand total of payments of 0. So everything I think of is worth money. It probably is only worth money to me, but we'll wait and see. That includes a huge aluminium pot. I think it's 19 inches across by 9 inches deep. It's made of aluminium. And I bought it many years ago down in Plymouth to make beer in.
All right.
And I've had it in the garage ever since. And I've decided maybe the time has come to sell it.
Yeah.
And I think there's a couple of local restaurants that currently the Indian restaurants maybe to make their base gravy.
Yeah.
To make these curries. So it'll be interesting if it actually sells. But I've got all sorts in there. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. I've got a motor engines and tools, no decks, strangely enough, but engines and cables and drills and saws that I'm never going to use. How they come by, I have no idea. So hopefully one day somebody will make use of them. Maybe I'll get enough money to buy my tuk-tuk. Who knows? There we go. So, Tim, what have you been up to, mate? I know you've been around a bit. What have you been up to?
Well, I managed to get out and get 4 gardens cut on Wednesday. But after that, the Thursday and the Friday it rained, and the Saturday and Sunday I don't work. But it's due to rain all next week, so I don't know whether I'm going to get out next week. Plus, I'm still waiting on parts to come in for my strimmer, so I can get my strimmer up and running.
Oh my lord, yeah. It does seem that a lot of people have lots of problems getting parts and spares in at the moment, aren't they?
Yep.
I mean, we were warned some weeks ago by people like Mick and Ken and all the rest of it. There's going to be a shortage, or at least not being able to get hold of it. And it's all come true.
Yeah.
And of course, the other big thing that's happened, obviously, for us, is for the E10 petrol that's now become available.
Yeah. Well, I've been using that E5 since the start of the season, but before I started using it in my mowers, I did say to the person I did ask in the garage to say if it was all right to use in my lawnmowers, and they said it was fine. You can use it in your lawnmowers. So I've been using that.
Yeah,
And
I think
it's not having
the
any
problem
effect
might
on
be
the
when
economy.
you lay them up for over the winter with the fuel in there. We've seen over the States, especially, have huge problems with
Yeah,
this
yeah,
this ethanol stuck in the carburetor.
yeah,
So I'm going to anything I've got, I'll make sure I'm going to drain it completely and before I winterize it, which is
yeah.
not a bad thing to do anyway.
No,
But there we go.
yeah,
So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I've got 4 machines now in to flip. But to be fair, at the moment there is nothing around here, or at least people want silly money for it.
yeah,
So I'm hoping that come the winter there might be a few bargains about. Who
yeah.
knows?
Well,
I need to. Sorry, Tim. I need to know somebody that like Mick knows. They supplies him
yeah,
with 15 mowers.
yeah,
That'll be
yeah.
good.
Don't we all? Don't we all? That's why I ordered a pull cord assembly for my strimmer, and they sent me the wrong one. So I phoned them. I messaged them back and said, "Look, you have sent me the wrong one. I need this one for this machine." And they said to me, "Oh, we'll send you it out, but you'll need to wait up to 12 weeks for that." I'm like, "What? I need the
12
strimmer."
weeks.
Yeah, just for a pull cord starter assembly.
Good grief.
Yeah,
Good grief. That's ridiculous.
yeah.
I'm just going down. We've got Mend It Man in the house. Hello, Luke.
Yeah.
How are you, mate? Where are we? I've missed a few of the comments coming through here. I sent a link with a message, Mend It Man. Oh, I see. That's right. Having the app there.
And the best of it is I've got 7 lawnmowers and I can only use so many, but I've got three with Briggs and Stratton engines on them. I'm going to keep 2 of them and get rid of 2.
Yeah, well, especially in your trade, you need something that you can rely on.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't want to be pulling your guts out for 10 minutes trying to start a lawnmower, do you?
No, not really.
Yeah. Lawnmower Detective, welcome, mate. Good to see you. How are you?
Hello, lawnmower detective. Mm-hmm.
It's yeah, it's I think about this strimmer, this FS 38, whatever.
Yeah.
I actually went this evening, went out and I started, and it started about the 4th pull, which I was really amazed at.
Yeah.
So it looks like I did a relatively good job. But it's I might now start it and run it completely out of fuel.
Yeah.
In the hope that, well, if I don't sell it this time of year, where are we now? We're in where are we? September, August time, October.
September. The 12th of September.
When do you stop cutting, Tim?
I stopped cutting 13th of October.
Right, okay.
Because that's when the local council stopped cutting down there. But if people phone me up and say, "Can you come and cut my grass before Christmas?" and that, I'll go and do it. I don't like doing it, but because the grass won't grow, but
sure,
they ask me to cut it before Christmas because they want a nice garden, their garden tidied before Christmas. Then I'll go and do it.
Okay, yeah. That's the correct mixed mode. Did you know I booked all his work on the railway? Oh, Jamesy, hey, good boy. I hope you keep him busy. Every time I see him, he's sat in his van, smoking a fag, talking to somebody on. Dear Lord, I tell you what, I could do a job like that. Yeah, well, you keep him busy, Jamesy. Love it, absolutely love it, mate. It's yeah, I reckon he's got a good job there.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
So I mean, apart from that, I mean, things have been fairly slow, as I say, Tim. It's we were talking earlier on Ash's website. Oh my Lord, it keeps turning. The damn thing keeps turning on. There, right, it's turning,
out of it,
it's turning on. It's now recording me. Would you believe? How the hell did I turn the damn thing off? Oh my God. I think I might have to take the battery out.
Yeah, that'll be your best bet. Take the battery out.
I was going to go out in this afternoon and record a little video. So I thought I'd charge this thing up first.
Yeah.
Ever since I've charged it up, it got boiling hot. Now I can't turn the damn thing off. Give us a wave, Luke.
Yeah.
There you go, mate.
How you doing?
Welcome.
You
How you
right?
doing, mate? Good to see you.
Right, Luke.
Yeah, you too. You right?
What are you up to then, mate? What are you up to?
I've just I've just put a bearing into part of my Lambretta engine, and yeah, it didn't go to plan, but I did it. It didn't go how I wanted it to, but I tried the cooling down the bearing in the freezer, heating up the casing. Didn't work. I had to bang it in with a hammer.
Yeah, you need a size 12 hammer, mate.
Yeah,
It
hammer
works.
usually does the job. An old bloke from the village used to say, if you can't do it, use a big hammer, and yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
It did. It's not
Oh,
coming
yeah.
out.
Size 12 hammer. There. That
only
solves
thing is-
most problems.
The only thing is, I filmed it and I wanted it to go a little bit better, but it's just going to have to go up as it is. So yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm not very good at filming myself, to be honest with you. It's I can't even turn this damn thing on or off at the moment. So, oh Lord, 04, whatever 04 means. Does that make any sense?
Not to me because I don't use
What's
it.
that on the GoPro?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 04.
I think that'll be your fourth video or photo or whatever you're on. Are you videoing on that?
I hope not. Not deliberately.
No, but I think if you press the top button, has it got a top button?
Yeah.
Is it coming up with seconds now?
Now it's recording.
Yes, I think that's because that's your fourth video. Someone might correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but that's what mine's like.
But it says the battery is 1.1150. Oh, I don't know, mate.
Have you got the back screen? Have you got the back LCD screen on yours, or isn't there a screen on the back?
Yeah, there's a screen on the back. Yeah.
Yeah, because mine hasn't got that. Mine's a real old one.
I've even tried to pull the battery out and it won't come out. Oh, yes, it does.
Oh, mine's got the battery that you can't take out.
That solves that problem, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Back in a minute.
smells a bit hot actually, but there we go. Oh well.
Yeah, I must invest in a new one at some point, but mine's just the one you sort of point because it's such a wide film, so wide. It's sort of you point in the right direction, it sort of gets decent footage. So yeah.
Well, it's got two choices, mate, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
You know, it did get very, very hot when I charged it, I have to say.
Oh yeah.
I've not used it I've not used it hardly at all, quite frankly. It's do you know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to read the instructions.
I never do that. I just go for it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they say, isn't it? All else fails, read the instructions. Hello, Mark. Good to see you, mate. Rex Mowers, as always.
What do you record your videos on then? What do you use when you do a video in the shed or whatever? What do you?
Well, I use this thing, mate. Either this or my phone.
Yeah, I use a phone all the time. It's easiest.
Well, I mean, I've got this. I bought this editing suite. Excuse me. To use, so I can download the video and then edit it.
Yeah,
it's the same one that Mick uses.
What one's that? What is it?
It's a very good question. Hang on, I'll find out. It's on the side here.
We were talking. I was talking about this on Ashley's stream earlier. I use one. I do it all on my iPad, and I use an app called Perfect Video, and I get on really well with that. But it's limited if you want to do special effects and things like that. But the general stuff, it works all right for.
It's called Movie Studio. Is what it's called.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that one. I did purchase one a few years back because I wanted to do different things on the video, and that was Wondershare, I think, Filmora or something, and that was quite good.
It looks quite straightforward, but if you've probably seen one or two of my videos, I'm not the best IT guy in the whole wide world.
The thing is, with them editing things, you can easily delete saying what you want to keep. So then you've got to bring it all back in again.
Oh yeah. It's I must admit, I've saved And then trouble, then I save it. I can never find it. That's the trouble.
That's been the problem as well. Yeah. Well, I actually did a video yesterday, and I tried to move on to this new laptop, and because it's a new one, it's different to the PC we were using. So I didn't know how to get around it to find where the camera was, but where the GoPro it took the stuff to. But yeah, I got it sorted in the end.
Well, yeah.
But everything when it's new is different, and you get used to one thing.
I think you get used to it, stick with it.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that tiny thing, how much that money that costs. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But there's an awful lot of wires and stuff in there.
Yeah.
Tim, what was wrong with your volume yesterday on mixed stream?
I don't know. It was something to do with my camera. I think because the mic's built in with the camera that I got sent by Crypto. It does that now and again, but I don't know why it done it.
You sound like a chipmunk.
Yeah.
Well, that's normal.
Cheers, Contra.
It's spot on tonight. Yeah, it's good tonight.
Yeah, spot on, mate. Yeah. But, there we go.
Because that's why I bought a new laptop, because it's got the integral camera and mic and everything, and it seems to work quite good. The old one, the picture was a bit fuzzy and the volume weren't so good, so I just thought I'm going to invest.
My kids bought me a new laptop for Christmas last year.
No,
my birthday last year, and I can't use it because see the backlight that's at the bottom. The backlight at the bottom's gone, so I need to take it to somebody to get it fixed.
What makes that?
This one is a Lenovo, and the new one that I've got is a Lenovo as well.
That's what this one is, but it was quite pricey because I wanted it because we live in the countryside.
Yeah.
I wanted it quicker, so I went for a gaming one. And when you pay for the gaming ones, they're always more money.
Yeah,
but now we've had fibre done. I think I've been on a few streams. It hasn't dropped out at all, so I think I've got it spot on.
Yeah. But this camera's better than the one that I was using on the laptop because my picture's clearer than what it was on the laptop camera. Because the laptop camera stopped working for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. Mine hasn't played up yet.
Don't look at me. I have no idea whatsoever.
Are you on a lap? You are on a laptop though.
Yeah, I am on a laptop.
Conker.
No, I'm on my PC, mate.
Oh, PC, yeah.
I got a PC with a Logitech camera.
Mounted
at the top there. It seems to work okay.
Yeah. You don't seem to have many problems. A lot of people do on the streams. I mixed stream yesterday. A lot of people were freezing and that. But, you know, it depends on their internet, I suppose, and the drain on where they are and all that.
Yeah.
I know Mick gets problems with his internet. He works, I think he got two separate systems, one in the house and one in the workshop.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the problem starts. Oh, Stefan, good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Yeah. So, I mean, apart from us three, there's nobody else around at the moment anyway.
No. How many watching?
28. I don't know 28 people.
28's pretty good.
8 thumbs up short.
How many?
28 watching, and there's only 20 thumbs up.
Oh, right. I can't see that, actually. I don't know where that is.
Be on your YouTube side.
Is it? Oh, right. Okay.
Or at the bottom of your picture.
Well, I know Mick said earlier that he was going to have a night watching the telly with his other half. So
yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't blame him either. It's he's been a busy man.
Yeah.
Mind you, he'll always keep an eye on me. I know he will.
I bet he will. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I'm just checking there, Tim. Yeah, you are one of my spanner people, whatever they call it.
A moderator, yes.
Thank you. I've never been asked to be a moderator. I don't know why. I don't think I can be trusted. Jason Hughes, good evening. Nice to see you, mate. Nice to see you.
Hi, Jason Hughes.
Are we all well? So, I mean, what else has been going on? Well, for me, and I was saying earlier on, I've been really lazy recently, and I feel quite sort of guilty about it. But hey, it's I don't know. Perhaps you end up doing 100%, 110% doing something, and then all of a sudden, you run out of steam. Well, at least what I think I have. I've been let down a couple of times with customers. The guy still owes me money, and on a job I did for him, and I'm really a bit pissed about it, to be honest with you.
You know where he stays?
Well, I've even got his telephone number, but I mean, what I'm waiting for now is because he will come back to me with another job, asking, and that's when I will then say, well, okay, you've
still not paid me for the last job.
you
So you paid me for the last job,
It's
and
not
then I'll
even
do
a
this
lot of
job.
money, Tim.
Yeah,
Not a lot of money, but it's the
Principle.
it's
yeah,
the
it's the
principle.
principle of it.
Yeah.
I understand where I do understand where you're coming from, Conker. You spent all that time and effort doing that, fixing that mower or whatever it was, and you want to
Exactly.
be
Right,
paid
Jason.
for it at the end of it.
Exactly right, and I felt like, I mean, he actually said to me, I don't have enough money. Well, go and get some money.
Exactly.
But, there we go. So I've decided I'm going to leave it, and I'll wait for him to ring me back again, because no doubt he will with another job. And no, it ain't going to happen.
No.
It will cost him more in the long run, because he'll end up in a local garden service centre. So instead of paying me 60 quid or whatever the case is, he'll be paying £160.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For parts and labour. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. So, crack on, as they say, crack on.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think I've ever owed anybody money in my life that I've ever. I don't think I've ever owed money in my life.
No.
I've always paid my way.
Yep.
And that's the way I prefer it to be.
I've been fairly motivated this weekend. I just haven't gotten very far.
No.
And my daughter went to camp, so I had to take on Friday. I had to take her. It's about an hour away. I had to take her, and then come back, and then I had to pick her up. Leave here 2:45 today, and so it's like 4 hours of that time is gone picking her up, and but it's done her good because it's got her off of her phone and that, which she's on all the time. So yeah, she went mountain biking and sailing and all things like that. So
lovely. Well done.
yeah. So yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, she loves it.
Well, she obviously enjoyed it more than she did her phone then.
Yeah, well, she did have her phone, but the thing is, they're not really supposed to take them, so they can only take the extra battery pack thing, the emergency one. Yeah. But it actually guides it. Well, actually, she's a ranger now. She started off as a brownie, then went to be a guide, and now she's a ranger. So she's one of the oldest ones there now.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now, I must admit, I was in the Scouts many years ago, I can tell you, and we seem to spend all our life learning how to tie knots.
Yeah. I was in the
Scout had one toilet, always smelt. That's the one thing I remember my scouting days was a smelly toilet. Oh Lord. I don't even know that building's still there. All the way down in sunny Wiltshire, of all places.
I did Cubs, but I didn't really like it that much. My brother, he was one. My brother's one of these. Whatever he did, he was good at sport or whatever. He's really good at it. And he's actually run the Brighton Marathon today. My brother has.
Oh well done! Congratulations! Well done.
Oh yeah. He's done quite a few marathons now, actually, because he's always done cricket, always played football, and even Cubs. He was Cub of the Year twice and everything. He's younger than me, but he's just one of these that's good at everything. So, yeah. So.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, mate, I hate him already.
Everyone in chat.
But there's one thing: he wouldn't be no good at all with small engines. So.
Well, there you go. There you go. Is that your cat in the background there, is it?
Yeah, Maggie.
I was in the Cubs, the Scouts, and the Sea Cadets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stopped at the Cubs. Probably went for a year or so, but then, yeah.
Done the Cubs, the Scouts, Sea Cadets. Then I got kicked out of the house at 15 to go on the fair, and I
Oh.
did 7 years on the fun fair.
Yikes.
How long were you on the fair?
7 years.
Do you
Did you see-
enjoy it, Tim? Do you
Yes.
enjoy the fair?
Yeah, I did conquer.
Did
Yeah.
you make any money at it, mate?
Well, we got a weekly wage in that, but it's because you're in a different town all the time. Like
Yeah.
it's like from now, it's like my brother's just finished at Torquay because the fair builds right up on the seafront at Torquay.
Yeah, I know exactly
Then
where
we
it sits.
do, Torquay, they've done Torquay, Barnstable. They're going down next. I think it's not this week. Next week they're going all the way down to Cornwall, a little village called Summercourt.
Right.
That has one pub, one shop, and one post office.
That is little.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
Did you enjoy that? You enjoyed? What was it? You used to put the rides up and then work
Yeah.
them, and
Yeah.
then strip
Did you
them down
man
and
them?
move
Yeah,
on.
did you man them as well? Yeah.
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 What were you on, mainly, or did you
I
change?
worked on the ghost train.
Oh, the ghost train. I always liked the ghost train, actually. It weren't too fast, the ghost train, so I was right. I didn't like the cups that spin round. Yeah, I always felt sick with
Yeah.
them.
So you could actually make some money out of it, Tim, or was it
Yeah.
just a way of life?
It's just a conquer. Believe me, it's a completely different way of life. You're in a different town near enough every week. You set up and you go around, look around the towns and that, and so see some of the towns that I've been to is unbelievable. But the best place that I went to, and that's Torquay. Torquay is completely. They are so relaxed down there. Torquay painting and all that. It's just that it's just not as fast paced as what it is. So in the likes of say London and everywhere, down there, it just seems as though it's so relaxed.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had a different girl in every town then.
He's not going to say,
I'm
is he?
saying nothing, Conker. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. I always remember we growing up in small towns in Wiltshire and Dorset. You look forward to the fair to turn up, like the carnivals and stuff.
Yeah.
Always look forward to it.
The fair's just arrived in my town.
Oh well,
Yeah.
yeah. I used to look forward to the hamburgers.
Yeah.
You know, they used to do these Westler
Said
hamburgers.
no one ever, Jason.
Yeah. I know exactly the ones you're on about, Conker.
Yeah, they always tasted something different. I'm
Yeah.
sure they made out of dog food, but I loved them. I loved them. You know,
Taunton. Yeah, we used to do Taunton as well. Right by the YMCA at Taunton.
You said you
Oh,
come
wow.
up to Cambridge and that as well, didn't you?
Yeah, used to do Cambridge Midsummer Fair.
Yeah, a big one, weren't it? Big one,
Yeah.
weren't it? Yeah.
That was the big one. Yeah, we used to do the first fair we used to do was Kings Lynn. Then
Oh,
it
yeah.
used to be Kings Lynn, Wisbeach, Stamford, Grantham, Norwich for Easter, Great Yarmouth, Lowestoft, then a few others. And then we used to then we used to do Cambridge in June time. Then it was Kettering Feast, and then we used to go from there down to the West Country. Like Taunton would be our first place.
Oh, yeah.
Down there. Then it used to be we used to go from there from Taunton to Paynton, build up at Paynton, open there for 3 days, pack up there, and then pull through to Babbacombe, open there for so many days, then go from there to Brixham, open
Oh,
up
good old
Brixham for a week, and then go from Brixham into Torquay, and then go from there to Barnstable, and then from Barnstable, from
Yikes.
Torquay to Glastonbury, because we used to open in the village in Glastonbury.
yeah. How
Yeah.
did you get on living in the caravans and stuff? I mean, did you have your own sort of own
Well, we had,
rooms?
because me and my twin brother used to do it. And my twin brother's still doing it, and we used to have a kip made inside in the back of a lorry. See the body of a lorry. We used to have a kit place that had 2 beds inside it.
Oh, yeah.
telly and that and all that, and it was all kitted out like the
So you-
inside of a caravan and that.
Oh, so you and your brother were just together and it was just your
Yeah.
own space, yeah.
Yeah,
Rather than sharing with 5 or 6 people or whatever in a big caravan.
yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I often wonder what life was like on the road because, you know,
Suppose it's pretty full on, was it? It must have been pretty
Yeah.
full on with work, yeah.
Well, we started in February, and the last place we used to do was Portland Bill,
Right.
all the way down in Somerset. Scotty, you'll know where it is. Portland is. And we used to have to go we used to finish at Portland. And we used to go from there all the way back to the yard in Kings Lynn.
Right.
Is that where
yeah.
your yard was?
That's where our
Right.
yard was based. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, in Kings
Yeah,
Lynn.
we've got several camps, well, not camps, yards, whatever, around here, the Salisbury area,
Yeah,
where the fairground people, they
Yeah.
winter up, you know,
yeah,
and they do up all the rides and stuff.
Yeah.
There's never any trouble. They're good as gold.
No.
They really
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Is that Bailey's that's just pulled in at yours, Scotty?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
so. Yeah,
Yeah, it's Bailey's.
yeah.
Yeah. One of the lorries broke down on the motorway coming down. I don't know which ride it was.
Oh, right. Okay.
The
Probably
ghost
the
train.
fun house.
Scotty. I
No,
mean,
they don't have a ghost train. It's
don't
absolute
they?
rubbish.
Yeah, you got to have a ghost train.
I know they don't have one.
We
don't
was
think.
going up.
They haven't
We
had
were
one for a
gonna-
few years anyway.
We finished at Taunton one year, and we went away that night. And I don't know if you've ever heard of Telegraph Hill Conquer.
Oh,
yeah, I know exactly where it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We were
Telegraph Hill.
going up there in a 6-wheel
Taurus.
D series ERF with the ghost train behind, and the lorry seized halfway up it.
Oh, I've had a car breakdown on Telegraph Hill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
Had to be
all-
towed on a bar.
Really
That wasn't
easy.
fun.
And then we were lucky because there was another fairground lorry coming behind us. So he uncoupled his ride, came back down and pulled us and the ghost train up the hill. And this was only a 4-wheel tractor unit.
Right. Okay.
And he pulled
Just-
the
just-
6-wheel ERS and the ghost train up the hill.
Yeah, just
Into
south
the
of
road
Exeter, it is on the M5.
Yeah.
Just going up. You head up Telegraph Hill. You either go left towards Torquay or you go round to the right towards Plymouth.
Well, we were going to the
Proper
right, to the
steep
left
hill,
towards
yeah.
Torquay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
Torquay and Painted down that way.
Yeah.
Have you been up the hill in Devon, Porlock Hill?
No.
Porlock. yeah,
Yeah.
That's Somerset.
Oh, is that Somerset?
yeah.
Sorry. That is a steep one.
It's on the border, to be fair, so that is a steep hill, yeah.
Yeah.
And I know vintage buses that have done that hill.
Well, I went up there and I've still actually
Open
got
top
it. You might see
vintage
it on my
buses.
channel. I've got an old Transit Camper Mark V, non-turbo or anything. I was down to first gear going up there, and then the sheet ran out, and I thought, get out of the way.
Typical.
If I don't want to stop, I want to keep getting up. It did get up, but it was
Yeah.
getting dark at the time because we
Yeah.
got held up on the M5 going down there.
No,
So yeah, I was glad when I got to the top of that.
Yeah. Well, I used to use the old crawler gear years ago, didn't they? And there was a crawler gear, you know. And I remember we went on a coach trip when I was a boy. We used to go down to Weymouth from where we lived in Wiltshire. It was called Leathers Coaches. Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
wouldn't have ever heard of it. But at one stage coming out of Weymouth, you go up the hill and you bear the run up the hill by the tunnel, and we were asked to get out, and we pushed the bus, the coach, up the hill. All the passengers. It's God's truth, yeah. Yeah. He was in crawler gear, getting nowhere. You can walk faster than you can go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My gran was actually from
yeah, Porlock
Somerset.
Hill is a giant.
She's no longer with us, but she was Shepton Mallet, is it?
Yeah, Captain Mallet. There's another nickname.
That's where I was on
There's
Sunday.
Where?
Oh,
I've never
Mallet
been
as well.
there. But she come up from there with
Well,
my
West
granddad.
Fairground, technically.
He was down there it'd been going back to the 40s. He was down there and he used to tar the barns. You know, horrible job. And he used to go down the summer tarring the barns. And then
Well,
he might,
about the West Show down there, Shepton Mallet, don't they, Scotty?
Yeah, I was up at Bath and West Showground last Sunday.
Oh,
Truck
right.
Fest.
Yeah.
I must have some distant relatives down there actually, which I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, there is another name for Shepton Mallet.
Is there?
Yeah.
The prison town.
Yeah.
That's a clean one.
No.
That's the clean one.
Yeah.
I know exactly which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put an I and a T in it, and you got it.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to, Scotty? We haven't seen you around for a while, or I haven't seen you around.
Here, there, everywhere, really.
You're
doing a
still
lot
doing
of
your
radio.
stuff, right?
Yeah, still doing radio. Got radio again tomorrow. In fact, I'm doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. this week. So
You're keen.
What do you do on radio?
play music, funny enough. I got my country show tomorrow, and then I've got like a mixture of music on Tuesday and Wednesday. Then I'm doing my rock show on Thursday.
Do you choose your own music, Scotty, or did somebody else do it for you?
No, you build your own playlists up.
Who's that for? What is radio?
It's Reach on Air. It's an internet radio station.
Oh yeah.
Because Sparky
Yeah,
goes
it's
on
alright.
as well, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Sparky
but
quite
he's
into it.
he's had a couple of weeks off because he's got other stuff going on and all that. So
Yeah.
Jason Hughes said Porlock Hill is a challenge.
it is.
It was for me.
There's a challenge for a vintage bus too, and they still send them up there. All vintage buses.
Well, my old camper is nearly vintage now, but it did it.
Yeah.
But I didn't see much of it because I went up in dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a few years ago now, actually.
You do not want your brakes failing on that hill, that's for sure.
I've only ever been down that way twice. I took the camper van down there. Then we went to the West Country. I went to Dawlish as well. We went on holiday
yeah.
for a week. Yeah,
Dawlish.
Yeah.
Do love Dawlish.
it was lovely weather as well when we went there.
The trouble down in
Yeah.
Doris, they got is it where the people jump off the cliffs down in Doris? Is that down there somewhere?
It's in between. There is a quite big cliff in between Dawlish and Dawlish Warren,
Yeah.
which the Red Arrows decided. One of the Red Arrows decided to fly quite low over it. I've never seen a 6 foot odd bold guy drop so quick. It was hilarious.
Yeah, Sparky, he's saying, yeah, that was interesting.
There we go. Yeah, Reach on Air is a very, very good radio. Top of it. No ads, just new and plenty of fun and just news and plenty of fun and laughter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there is. We got
Is
some
he on there as
nutty
well, then?
DJs. Yeah.
He's on there as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because
Sparky's on there.
Yeah, I must admit, I used to do hospital radio many years ago. But,
Yeah, I used to do community radio.
Yeah, I wasn't very good at it. I might have told you this before. I was doing the hospital radio, and I had a slot. I can't even remember when it was. I can't remember. It's not important. So I decided I'd do a competition on. Remember being this hospital radio, and somehow or another I managed to get hold of a BBC cup, a plastic BBC cup, and decided this would be a competition. So I went on air like talking about the competition on whatever it was, and nobody entered the whole of the hospital. So I had to make up a winner.
It was nearly like my torch spark plug thing the other week I did, and he had 4 in.
Yeah. So the winner is Mr. Smith. You know. Oh dear.
I got quite a few entries for my free T-shirt though. Quite a few entries already for that.
Oh well done,
Everyone
mate.
likes a good T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do the medium size that would fit me then?
We've got a range of sizes actually, because what she does, my partner, she's got a T-shirt printing machine and that, so I can just get whatever T-shirt. If I haven't got the size, I can grab one and we can just do it. Yeah.
Happy days.
Conker sends patients to sleep.
Yeah, it was a bit embarrassing, I must admit. There we go.
Yeah. Here's what it is.
Yeah. My daughter said she'd like to do that because she's got, she'd probably be all right on radio actually.
Yeah.
Well, you've got to sort of find something to say all the time, haven't you? You've got to talk. I mean,
She's quite good at
just
that.
keep playing music.
well, yeah.
Well,
that's
if you haven't got the
way,
interaction, that's the thing. If you have not got the interaction, it's pretty pointless just chatting
Sitting
away,
there,
and then you're just like, you get to a point where you're just like, well, what do I talk about now? Because I ain't got no messages coming in. That does sometimes happen. You do get dead spots.
Welcome to my stream, Scotty. I often just sit there yapping, talking bollocks.
That's because you forget to press the live button.
People keep watching though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I suppose. I mean, look.
You're doing
people
something
come and go all the
right.
time. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Must be
Yeah.
doing something right.
Yep.
I'm going to pop the link out again just to see if anybody's not coming on. Come and join
Hang on,
us.
I'm gonna predict this. Park Ness is gonna come up.
Yeah.
You reckon?
And Lee, because Lee's in the chat as well.
I see a lot of names, but there's some people that are always there, but they never ever can't feel they want to come up.
No.
Yeah.
Well, it's not for everybody, is it? Let's be
No.
honest with you. It's not for everybody.
Right,
Everybody wants to show their mugs.
You've got to think about it. You've got to not
No,
think
but
about it. There could be 100. There could be 100 odd people watching. Yeah, you just got to think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Talking of which,
How many?
hello, Mark. How you doing, mate?
Hello.
Hello, Mark.
How you doing,
Good
mate? Good to
evening.
see you.
Yeah, not bad at all, mate. How you lot doing?
Oh, fairly
Yeah,
average.
doing
actually.
good.
What have you been up to, mate?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I wanted to come on and talk about something that Mick was saying in one of his videos earlier this week. How
Yeah.
much the small engine community has benefited really, because you had an old guy who bought a mower off Mick 2 years ago, and he went back to him.
Yeah.
The big places now don't want to know, do they?
No, you're right, mate.
No, that's the thing.
You don't realise just how much these other big places charge to do what we do. Probably 3 times, if not more, for the same job, and they might not even do as good a job either. You know,
A lot of them just.
My
want to
local
sell
one
new-
definitely doesn't. Judging
just
by
wanna
the times
sell-
that I've been.
They just want to sell new mowers. Really, that's all they're really interested
Yeah.
in. It's easy for
Oh,
them, innit?
yeah. I'm going to say
Yeah.
my local one down by me, you're talking, you ring them up and say, oh, can you do a service on my mower? In about 7 or 8 weeks' time.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you try and get a repair done out of them, that's even worse.
Yeah.
Of course, the other
Yeah.
problem
Yeah.
is getting the spares nowadays, because we're all struggling at the moment to get
Oh,
spares.
yeah. I've got 3 mowers in at the moment, and I'm waiting for spares. Hopefully, they'll be in on Tuesday. But, you know, I'll be waiting there for about 7 days, just under 7 days.
Yeah.
Hi, Steve.
Morland's in.
Steve.
Yeah,
That's like it's in my local lawnmower repair shop.
we were all warned about it, you know, that it's going to be a
Mm.
problem, and it's turned out it has been.
Yeah.
My local lawnmower repair shop doesn't stock parts, so you can only walk into the shop and get parts for the lawnmower.
My local one's even better. Twice I've gone there to see if I could get parts from there. Yeah, instead of trying to order it online. Both times it's like, okay, what's the make and all that. Types in his computer and can't find it. I'm just like, really? You have to look on a computer to find. Get this. A part for Briggs Classic. What sort of a mower repair bloke is he? Seriously.
By Tinker Taylor.
A stupid one, clearly. If he can't
Yeah,
find
these
springs, you know.
Hello, all.
Thing is, I know where he
Lee,
keeps his
how are
spare
you,
engines.
mate? What are you
Oh.
up to, Lee? You're always up to something there, mate. You still building those gates and those fences?
Yep, I'm still building the fences. I've built the fences. I've done a live stream, and then that's me. As normal.
Hey, Lee, don't be offensive.
Oh God!
Nice one, Scotty.
I'm not going
Sorry,
to
Lee,
take
I had to
offence.
get rid of him, mate. I had to get rid of him.
Rude.
I don't take offence.
No, you
Oh,
build them.
no. Not having that. I'm not having it.
Oh, then he gone as well.
Musical chairs, is it?
Yeah,
Lee,
it
what
seems
size
like
little
it.
41?
Fix it so the Thatcher's hazel gold. Oh my lord.
Hayes.
Hey,
I'm
yeah.
Hayes. Not gold.
Hang on, this is the
Hey.
man here we should.
Oh,
we
Mick
should
is
all be
on there.
talking about.
Yes, Mick's just come into the stream.
I thought he was watching a
Yeah.
movie tonight.
Yeah, Mick's just come in the stream.
Yeah, you mentioned
was
his name and
he
he
was
was
probably
here.
lurking.
Evening, Mick. Good evening, mate. How are you?
Probably trying to
Yeah.
find the perfect opportunity to call.
Oh yes.
yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah. I think I'll turn the phone off just in case.
I thought you would have already done that.
That's a good one, Edward.
I don't have to be offended.
Scotty, how do I
Hello.
get the chat up on my phone?
It's not easy to get a chat when you're on your phone.
No.
You can get it so I think you can get it so it overlaps, but that gets irritating because always is chat. So
Yeah, you can,
the panel.
you can get it
all
to
good.
overlap, but it never works all the time.
Yeah.
I just have the two devices with the iPad next to me, so I can do it on there if I want to do a chat.
Well, you
Okay.
see, us Midlands people aren't as rich as you Southerners, you see, you know, so you gotta get one device up here.
He knows me too well.
Unless you acquire a second one.
He knows me far too well. Dear,
I talk to Ash. I know.
No, I'll be looking at it now because I've just got the base set down for my new shed, what's coming next month. So that'll be getting the internet put in there.
What size is that? What size shed?
12 by 10.
Oh, good size then.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's about the size of the one I work in, but I've sort of my stuff's got too much for that shed, so I've got to put another one up.
Back in a minute.
The amount of space that you've got
Back in a
in the
minute.
shed isn't
Yeah, it
that
doesn't
amount.
matter how much food you got, guys. You're always going
Everyone's
to
jealous of my shed.
Yeah, you got
Your
yeah,
sheds.
your shed
It's
is
a
big
house.
shed, yeah.
There's a second house.
But
how much room you got, you'll always fill it up. Every
I'm a
time.
hoarder. I've got so many mower spares you would not believe. If you watch a few of my videos, it's on some and they're absolutely full. I've got
Yeah,
a declutter.
I've got
I've
quite a
tried
collection of
bringing a
mowers
few
at
into
the
the
moment.
kitchen, but the wife won't have it.
It's getting out of the decks. I find the hardest. We've got plenty of motors. It's getting out of the decks. That's there's gotta be any decent. You know, there's a guy selling a Honda Izzy. He wants £45 for it plus 20.
That's an expensive engine.
45 quid.
That's probably gonna be the only good bet.
Not for another £20 to deliver it. You know.
Yeah.
Being realistic, it being a Honda Izzy, the most decent bit's going to be the engine, because they always rot out.
Oh, a
Well,
lovely
they do.
one outside if you fancy practicing a bit of welding. Without holding it that big, it sort of collapsed in the middle. I'll just take
It was floating, now it's gone boonk.
I'll just take the engine off it and the cables and that'll just go in my dad's scrap trailer. Yeah, that's where that will go.
Yeah, I've got a workshop full of cables and motors and God knows what else. Wheels is the other thing I seem to collect. Wheels and back flaps.
Yep, I've got the same.
Yeah,
I've got a massive
I've got-
pile of engines. I reckon I've probably got 15, 20 Easy engines. So many of them.
And they all
When am I
running.
ever going to use them?
Just
I've
this.
got a Honda engine that I don't even know if it functions because the recoil was completely buggered on it.
I don't know. You guys.
I got
heard
some
about
noises,
the
that's about
power
it.
flying around out there.
Didn't fire. Apparently,
wow.
it's meant to be easy start. Well, it weren't very easy in starting.
Get a bigger hammer.
Abused. Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, we'd all like that one, mate. I'll tell you. Yeah.
Mm.
I should think I've probably got 200 or 300 mower spares to list on eBay, but it's getting round to it.
Mm.
Yeah,
So many.
and it's boring doing it as well, isn't it?
It is, but I looked at some recalls I have the other day, and they're for the old Honda HR 173s.
Mhm.
The old one, they're asking £45 for the recalls for them, and I've probably
Yeah,
got
but
to.
are they selling them though? Are they being sold?
Well, I did see a couple that had been, so I think they're pushing it. I think 35. I think you would sell them, but 45 is a bit high. Yeah, but I've got some rare bits and pieces you can't get hold of very easy now. So might get through it through the winter a little bit.
Now
used to
there's
do-
going to be a lot of grass box buying for me. I've got like 3 mowers that I will get grass boxes for.
That's the problem. You'd land up getting a load of mowers, and you might buy 10 and only have 2 grass boxes if you're lucky.
I got dozens
the
of
worst
damn-
one's me Rover.
Let me
I've
know
got a
which one
Rover.
you want. I've got a shed full of grass boxes up there. Most of
I
them-
can almost guarantee you won't have one for Rover Combat though.
Oh, that one, yeah,
That's hard.
4 of those.
That's where they all were at.
Yeah.
Oh no, this one's going to be
You're
the
right,
challenging
fix
one.
it, yeah. My shed has only got about 4 foot square to work in. It's 12 by 10, but about 4 foot square to work in. It's like that.
Yeah.
I did give a bit of a clean out today, though, a little bit. I've got to get my I've got a treadmill I never use. That's got to go somewhere or go altogether. It's got to go. It's taking up too much space.
Yeah.
I want one of them motorbike lifts in there. You know, like the Butlers have got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still looking for a Honda grass box.
What's that
There you
for?
go.
It's a Honda HRX 476.
Oh, they're hard ones to get in, though, them ones.
It's not exactly hard; they're just really expensive.
That's what I
because
mean,
it's
yeah.
Honda.
Hard to get cheap.
You can't get an aftermarket one that'll fit the damn thing. That's a problem.
No. I have
I'm gonna say,
I have converted other ones before and converted the frames and welded the frames and then fitted the bag over again. I have done that before, but it's a lot of hassle.
Yeah. The frame's fine. It's just the bag itself has more holes than a Swiss cheese in it.
Oh, so you actually have got the frame?
Yeah, I've got the frame. Yeah, it's just the bag had loads of holes in it.
Yeah.
I'll have to figure out what size the Honda one is. Not sure what cut it is.
Well, if you sell them, any of you, and this has a little like they wear on the back corners and that, what do? Do you stitch them up, or do you just sell them with the worn bit on?
Well, I tend not to mess about with them. I just sell them on as they are.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
what it is, sort of thing. Yeah,
I have
Yeah.
cable tied them in the
I
past.
just leave it.
yeah.
Yeah.
The trouble is with them, Mark, you can always look like they've been repaired, don't they, with a cable tie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
they,
think
they do, yeah. But the trouble is, I can't see why they are so bloody expensive to buy.
No.
it's
Because they're not-
it's annoying because it's a bit always gets separated, isn't it? It's so annoying. They get separated. If there been a way they could have stayed as part of the machine, but they can't. So that's the only bit that gets separated. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
yeah. And you got to think when you pick them up, like how Mick picks his up.
Yeah.
A lot of people have probably been to the dump and that, dumped the mower, and the bags are still in the back of their shed and things like
Yeah.
that. And they'll just land
I
up in
think
it. and
I think that's the
leave it.
case with the two that I've got at mine, because the Honda's not actually at mine; it's at my mate's. It's been there for a year. It's just like, oh yeah, really need to shift that. Yeah, it still hasn't happened.
I got given a lawnmower from a neighbour, and they gave me the grass box first. But this was round about bonfire time last year. I got given the grass box,
And you
and I left
lost
it
the
up
grass
by-
box.
and I left it up by the bonfire, and somebody threw it on the. Somebody threw it up on the bonfire, so I was well annoyed with that.
Is it a difficult grass box to get?
I don't know
Because that's the more painful bit if it's a difficult one to get.
Yeah, I need
Sorry.
a John Deere one at the moment for an old John Deere, and there's only one on eBay, and that's £85. So I ain't paying that.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
I'd be happy
This-
to pay 30. The mower's worth
This is-
35 quid. I would sort of stretch to that.
Yeah.
But 85.
This is the problem I've got with the Rover Combat that I've got. Brand new, it's about 80, around the 80 marks. And I found two on eBay. Both of them are collection only. One was like 50 odd quid, and I think the other one was like 60 odd.
Yeah,
Just like-
actually,
Oh, they're not
actually,
even local to me, neither.
Rover parts aren't actually that expensive. A lot of the parts of the Rover mowers, but
Yeah.
yeah,
It's just
even
the
the
grass
box
box
isn't
now.
that expensive because a Honda one would cost. The frames are about 60 quid, and then the bag is about 60 odd quid. So yeah,
What engine's on that Rover, Scotty?
It's a non-priming Quantum.
they're quite an early
So-
mower, aren't they? Yeah, getting on
Yeah.
a bit.
Yeah.
It's like a rough cutty style one. That one.
Yeah, I've got one of the. They did the more pro one, the 360 was it? The Rover 360. Some had a Honda and some
Yeah, I
had the
think so,
Intec engine on.
Yeah.
They're the bigger self-drive ones at the back, and they're 22-inch or something. I got one of them. I plan to do that up over winter and get rid of that.
Yeah.
There's always somebody somewhere who wants to buy something, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trouble
If
is
you
gotta
keep-
find-
Actually, no. This Rover Loma, Edward, is actually real solid. It's got a little bit of rust here and there, but it's proper solid, and it's heavy. For what it is, it's a tiny looking thing. It's not
I'm back
even
in a
that
minute.
big,
Dog
and
needs
it's
out.
got some weight behind it.
Yeah, are they the ones with the plate?
Yeah,
The cut and plate with the two.
Yeah, it's like-
or
It's like
four-
a
the
friction
skinny
plate
ones,
as
yeah.
such.
Yeah,
It's like a
yeah,
friction
I've
plate.
got one of the plates, the original one, still in the wrapping. It's still in its cardboard container.
Good
Of the
smoke it.
disc, you know, where you bolt the blades on, the two blades.
hi Gary.
This one's a bit different because it's like got a bar and then the blades are either end. But I know there's like ones that's a bit like the Haterette.
I've actually got a
Those ones
brand
are
new.
like that.
I've actually got a brand new Haterette disc with the 4 brand new blades already on
Nice.
it.
Yeah.
I've got one. I've got one Haterette which I plan to keep because I think Haterette was a pretty good mower, even
Yeah, isn't it's
Right.
pretty cool. I do like that.
Yeah, and so I actually had another one which didn't have the swingy blades on it. I got over £100 for that on eBay because it was as new, but it was new old stock. So
Yeah.
Oh,
I wish I
wow.
had loads of them. But someone must have wanted it.
Well,
Yeah.
I say that. They're nice mowers, are those? Are
Yeah,
I like them.
yeah. I do like that. Some people, if they know me well, I'm a Honda man. But the thing is, the older haters, I think the whole older haters were good when they had the side drives and that. But it was when they went to a plastic gearbox, they sort of went downhill a bit. Then I think because it's too weak a gearbox for the weight of the mower. I always think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say because they do sometimes strip the brass cog inside the actual gearbox.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
Yeah, they strip that cog. And why do they make it out of brass?
At least the Honda, like the Pro gearboxes, you can take them apart and replace every part in them. They're all available. So I've done it a few times. I've got to do one now because it clicks. It clicks real bad before, and then if I give it a bit of a nudge, it gets going. But that's no good to sell, so I've got to have it apart.
I must admit, I've got history with drives on mowers. And it's
No.
not even good history.
BMC.
No.
Speak about BMC, whatever you're talking about.
BMC.
Oh yeah, I had one of them once, and I sold it in a job lot because I don't know. There's just something about the mower I didn't like.
Nah.
I eventually gave up and took the self drive off and sold it as a push mower.
I think it's actually wise on some of them.
I think I recall Tinker and Taylor got his running.
He did, yeah.
About a week after, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he used a bit of black magic on his because that's the only way I could see it working. Damn thing.
They weren't a great mower, to be fair.
No, I can promise you one thing: I will not be buying another BMC mower ever. I can promise.
I did
you.
see one appear around my area. I was like, yeah, you can keep it.
Yeah.
No.
Phil, I'm going to have to say good night to you, mate. I've got to get myself ready to do a couple of things. Good to see you.
Yeah, good
And
to
you,
see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
And you, Mark. All the very best. To you.
And I'll meet up with you in Birmingham.
See you there, mate. We'll be there.
Yeah. See you later.
All the best, mate. All the best.
Bye.
All the best.
Yeah, we'll be going up to at the Birmingham on
The
the
Salt-
November the 3rd, I think it is. 3rd and 4th. Yeah, third we're going up there. I've gone up there with Mick and one or two other guys. So it'll be a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been
I'll
because
make it.
I've never been. I got in, well, I've sort of been invited a few times because I do gardening as a job. I was
Yeah.
quite in with the gardening community for quite a while, and they obviously were going up there, but I never went. But
Yeah.
now I'm more of the fixie things really than the. I prefer to fix the tools and use them now, really.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's we're going to go out there for a bit of fun, actually.
Yeah,
I'm going to have a crack. I mean, I'm taking my chariot up there. I'm going to go around and catch everybody's ankles with me chariot and all the rest.
oh,
of
with
it.
the one you took on the cruise.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so I shall have a bit of fun with that, if nothing else. And no doubt the few of us will have a Ruby Murray and a few beers the night before. So watch out. Here we go.
And guarantee one thing: none of you will be purchasing a new machine, will you?
No, one thing's for certain. We come away with our plastic bags of
Goodies.
badges, pens,
Freebies.
and what
Yeah,
else.
mugs, all sorts. I saw
Yeah.
one bloke said on the gardening thing, he showed how much he'd brought back, and he said, "Oh, that's Christmas sorted." He was giving it to people for Christmas presents.
Sounds
Yeah.
like a plan.
Mine's going up. Mine are going as a giveaway.
Yeah, yeah, because he had like Toro cups, and then mugs, and then he had caps, and then he had pens, and all sorts. Yeah, but
Is Wayne
Hey,
saying
hey, hey.
Toro brand of self-promotion top seller?
Right,
Toro.
Wayne.
Yeah, interesting. Let's see. I don't know where Mick got to. I'm sure. I think he's on the side somewhere. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he's
Lingering.
working. Actually. He could well be working tonight.
no, it was movie night with the other half.
Oh,
Was
it
it
was,
early?
okay.
Yeah.
So I reckon he's probably pretending to. Well, he's probably sort of half watching the film and then keep looking at his phone to see what's going on here.
Yeah. I don't think Mrs. P let him get away with that. Don't you worry.
The thing is, the thing is with Mick, he can't leave YouTube alone for long, can he?
No.
I
He's
haven't
always
actually had a
lurking.
chat with him this week. I spoke to him when I spoke to him on Monday, I think. But no, I tell you a lie. Wednesday when he come back from the funeral, had a quick chat with him then, like and as he said, it was quite a moving experience.
Yeah,
And then he and Martin put out that the video with that mower, and I thought that sort of that lightened the mood of it,
yeah,
Yeah.
which was nice to see.
yeah. I had a chat with him Friday morning. Yeah, he chatted for about an hour, I think it was.
Yeah.
But
I was talking earlier on. I was on Ash asking about. Excuse me. I've had this deck powder coated, but it's my mate that does it commercially.
yeah,
He uses this serious piece of grip blasting machinery, If
yeah.
there's a weakness or rust, it will blow a hole straight through it.
That's the only thing about doing that.
And that's what happened. So I need to fill it in with some glass fiber, but I'm trying to work out, once I've done the job, I'm going to spray it with Aldi paint, I want to put a lacquer over it, but whether or not I can put lacquer over powder coating as well, because powder coat's weird stuff.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that.
No,
I actually bought some paint, and it said you can get it. It's called Auto something, and I sprayed a deck with it in matte black. Then I went over it with the same paint that was the lacquer to give it a bit of a shine because I didn't have any gloss. So that was petrol resistant as well. The paint will dry petrol resistant in a few hours. The lacquer said you had to leave it a week before you could get petrol.
Really? Is that
Yes,
like
I didn't understand. Same company, same people made it. So.
that's like a
Weird.
2K lacquer, is it?
No, it wasn't. It was just an aerosol, just a standard aerosol. Yeah. So I couldn't understand that. But I thought, I don't want to wait a week, So I thought
No.
next time I might as well just buy the gloss and do it like that.
Mm.
But I use the mat to go over the classic tanks, the little classic tanks, because it works well. It does. The petrol doesn't react to it. So
Yeah. The two, because the 2K aerosol cans, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, you've got to activate them in the can.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're more
Yeah,
expensive, aren't they, as well?
Yeah, and they don't last that long. I mean, once you've opened them, they only last about 12 hours and they're
Yeah.
gone, you know?
Yeah.
I think Martin Butler being the man to talk to, he's the expert on that sort of stuff. Oh, excuse me, a sore throat.
Frog in the throat.
Well, Scotty, you were right, mate. Hi, partner.
I knew it wouldn't be long.
Hello, mate. How are you doing?
Mendit Man and Scotty. Yeah, I'm good.
Hello.
How you doing, mate? All right.
I'm good.
You've been around the caravan, haven't you?
Yeah. I've had to come home tonight because I'm working tomorrow. Then I'm off rest at week.
You go back to caravan or not?
Yeah. I am.
Well, so you left the caravan down there.
Yeah.
Whereabouts you been? Where you been down? You sent the caravan. Whereabouts you been to, mate?
It's Thornwick Bay near Flamborough on Yorkshire coast.
Oh yeah, very nice.
It's near Bridlington. Yep.
That's good.
And I had to sort out my next two uploads as well. Need to get them scheduled because I'll be away for. When I finish work tomorrow, I'll go back over to caravan. I'm there till weekend.
Well, if you left family down there, have you, mate, or what?
It's just my other half, just me and her. She's over there, so.
Yeah, I've been
this time tomorrow. I'll be back.
I've been trying to build up some in the sort of bank in YouTube so I can sort of get some videos, stacked up to release them.
I've got loads shot and edited. They just need uploading.
Yeah, but you got all that final bit to do, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah. Just got all got a load in the bank, as you say.
Yeah.
Just need uploading. Just release 2 a week.
That's what I try to do. Yeah, about 2.
I need to start putting more content on my channel.
I've had to take the battery out of my GoPro.
I actually looked the other day on both my channels because I've got a gardening one I've had longer. Altogether, well over 600 videos I've done. I can't believe it's that many.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. This channel is just about 200 and 210 or something I've done. But you don't realise it's so many. That's some serious time that's been took up.
Yeah.
But while you're doing something in the shed, if you can click it on and record, you can get some footage. But it does make the job take longer because you've got to keep checking the camera to make sure you're not out of shot.
Yeah. I've ended up, some of mine, I've ended up looking like Jack Hargreaves sat on a stool yapping. Like,
Jack Hargreaves were a legend.
Oh,
He pioneered TV presenting.
yeah, he did actually. There's a story there as well because there was a chap that lived in our village or in the village next down to us. Chap by the name of John Shepherd. He was a poacher turned gamekeeper. To give you some idea, during the war, he joined up.
During the war,
he was called up, and he was posted back to the same village as a rabbit catcher. That was his job in the war. But I mean, he taught me and many other guys locally how to fly fish. He knew what he was talking about. He's a real
that was like Jack Hargreaves did. He did a program called Gone Fishing.
He helped make some of Jack Hargreaves' fishing programs.
Yeah.
And his story always was that he would catch the fish and then hand the rod over to Jack, who would then show you how to land them and stuff. I don't know how true the story was, mine, but that was our local. He's dead and gone now, bless him.
Well, due to the nature of television production, we know.
Yeah, but he was banned from every fishing lake in the whole of this area in Wiltshire because he would always steal all the fish and take them home He was a boy, I'll tell you. He really was a boy. Bless him. Good. He's up there somewhere now looking down, no doubt.
But Jack Hargreaves just said he'd been given this particular piece of advice on about how to present it. And he says, although your total audience might seem daunting, you're like millions of viewers, your typical view will be just a couple sitting in the front room with dog at the side.
Yeah,
So just try to aim your, imagine you're talking to such an audience.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, Mick's there saying, I'm quite right, mate. It was just a throwaway comment someone met the other day. You know, they sat there yapping away, talking nonsense as always. But there we go. At least most people can understand me now. More like Mick's introduction, where nobody can understand the chap talking, apart from me, anyway.
Yeah.
I got some of it.
Did you really? Which part did you get?
The ums and ers.
That's probably the only bit you understand.
Yeah, he was. People always put on the accent a little bit.
Bye, Wayne.
Yeah.
Bye, Wayne.
See you later, Wayne.
Cheers, mate. All
What's
the best.
unusual surname?
Stefan.
Yeah, I
Stefan
think
Hutton,
he's-
yeah.
Stefan
Stefan
I'm
Hutton.
sure I caught earlier on. He said he's in
I
Canada.
think German for some reason.
He's in where? Canada.
Yeah,
No, that's
Canada.
why. That's why.
Oh,
I got that.
it might have German ancestry then. That's entirely possible.
Yeah.
Well, you know, a lot of these people with foreign names when they emigrated to North America, instead of using the name, they call themselves Smith or Jones or Brown to make it easier for immigration people. Yeah.
Better now, Tim.
Yeah.
Better out than
it's
in.
fine.
Yeah.
Better out than a boy.
Yeah.
So what's everyone up to
Champion
this?
Tim.
What?
Not a right law, apart from getting caravan set up.
But Luke was going to say something.
Oh yeah, I
then.
was going to say, what's everyone up to this week? We know what Park Ness is. He's
Yeah,
off.
going back
He's
to-
off on holiday.
Yeah,
He's up on his Ollie bags. Well,
Well,
I'm
I'll be
hoping,
I'll
if
be
it don't
working.
rain, I'm
I'm
hoping
working
to get out
tomorrow.
and get some more gardens cut.
And it'll be my last day working at home because I've been called back into the office, and that's going to be fun.
Is this
Yay.
first day back to the office after the furlough? Is it, partners?
Well, I was never on furlough. It was just
Well, you know what I mean, working from home.
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I work for a solicitor's firm that specialises in remortgage.
Oh yeah.
But to be honest, I don't see any reason. There's no reason for me to be in the
You're right, Neil.
office because I've been doing it for 18 months here. So
Yeah.
I don't.
Maybe they want to keep
It's
an eye on you.
It's working. Works for me. Suits me down to the ground.
But around here, apparently, some lady we work for, she's got to go back in because the companies want them back in because then it's gonna things like coffee shops and the sandwich shops and all that to, so people are going out spending money again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it sort of boosts the economy up. So I
No,
think
well,
it's
I
probably
don't do that. I never do that. I don't waste my money on coffees and such like.
But I wonder if companies are sort of it's an incentive or something there to bring them back. I wondered, but
Yeah, where can I?
I see down in
Might have
England.
done
they're not
Mackie
bringing
D's
in
early
this,
doors.
Passport. The double jag passport for you to get into nightclubs.
oh yeah, what's happening with that?
They're bringing it in Scotland.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
Isn't
it's
it
been
awful?
cancelled.
It's discrimination.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
It's like two tier society.
Well, if anyone wants to go out in Scotland into a nightclub or to a gig, they have to produce a passport saying that they've been double jagged.
oh, yeah. I've got.
We're talking about doing it here in the UK, over in England, but that's been cancelled, I think.
They're not introducing it in England.
A lot of the youngsters were saying, "Oh, I'm not going to do it. I'll just go to illegal what do they call it, raves
Illegal raves, yeah.
instead." these. I'm sorry, but these
driving
kids
it
just
underground.
don't get it. They don't get it. You know,
Yeah.
we won't go down that road. we've all got our opinions on that stuff. And as one of my mates said many years ago in a business meeting, when everybody was throwing up ideas about how to solve a problem, he said the trouble is, guys, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's very true.
and the whole meeting went quiet.
Because a lot of my other half's family live up in Scotland. They do, yeah. My other half was born in Aberdeen. That's where she was born, and then lived in Dundee till she was 7, and then she came down here this way.
What, Jenny want to move to Scotland?
Well, you know what gets me? Yeah, where I work, we can't even have face-to-face meetings. We still got to use our Microsoft Teams, even in office. I don't get that.
No.
So, that's one thing that defeats going into office if you're going to be using Microsoft Teams for your meetings.
Because they did say that a lot of companies were going to actually carry on having people working from home, but they seem to have backtracked on that now, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, I think because they were going to make it compulsory for some, and people complaining, because it's not for everyone.
No. But I've noticed a lot of people I work for now are gradually going. There's like one bloke we work for. He works to do with banks. He seems to have disappeared sort of when we go now. When he was there every week, and there's another one. He's manager of a big business. He seems to have been gone more and more now. So it's sort of like it's going back to how it used to be a little bit now.
Yeah, but it's not good for environment commuting to work.
No. Well, you just got to look when Italy had their lockdown. Did you see how clear the Venice canals got?
Yeah, it was the same all around the world when they were
lockdown. The first time they locked the full thing down, didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, somewhere in India, they could see the mountains for the first time in 30 years because all smog had gone.
Yeah.
Evening, John.
Hi,
John T.
Hey, John D.
Of course,
Eddie, you're closer to the truth than you realise.
Yeah, we
I have got an image of Partners having a briefcase full of Iron Brew tomorrow. You can't be too far away from the Iron Brew.
But without the Iron Brew. Fortunately, there's a farm foods in Bridlington, so I'll be handy if I run out. I'm down at last case.
We've got some.
That's all I got left.
I do quite like it.
You get 4 of them for 26 quid, so it works about something like 27. Averages at 27p a can. So
See,
you can't argue with
doesn't
that.
waste his money on the coffee. It's the Iron Brew. That's what he spends the money on.
I don't do coffee.
No, it does Iron Brew.
When I'm back in office, I won't be taking Iron Brew. I've been told by my manager they've done away with drinks machines.
Question here, guys.
Wow.
Is Mick asking a question? Mick Hardy. I bought a new insert for Briggs 450. As far as I can see, it's got a jet missing and another jet's bigger. Anyone have this? I think that's the new style cartridge that they brought out, and they got rid of the brass jet. Because I think that's the same as the one I sent up to Mick.
Mick mentioned that the other day, didn't he? I think someone mentioned it,
and it solves the problem of hunting motors, because I fitted one on the Quailcast that Mrs. H uses, and it solved the hunting issues straight away. And that was a year ago.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if it was certainly the same engine, the 450e. I had the part number here somewhere. God knows where that's gone. But that might be it, Mick, to be honest with you. Because they had all sorts of problems with the people having to drill out the jets, weren't they? With all sorts of nonsense.
Yeah. Well, if he's got it and he hasn't put it in, it's not going to do no harm putting it in and trying it, is it?
Absolutely right. Yeah.
They're not too hard to take apart, are they? Nah, so,
Nah. No, that's straightforward enough.
yeah.
It's just remember to put them all back together again.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because they only go round one way. The bowl will only fit on one way
Yeah.
round. And
Actually, I haven't had that much to do with them actually, because I'm always on older mowers than that. I like the old classic engines. I'm so used to them.
yeah. Well, I'm a great lover of the old Briggs
Oh,
and
yeah.
Stratton diaphragm type.
Yeah,
carburetors on
yeah.
train.
Yeah,
I love them. I just say.
I get a lot of them in my area.
Yeah, they're a good
A
engine.
lot of them in my area.
Yeah, look, Mick's come back up here. Here we are. Look. I think, Mick, that's the one I sent up to you, mate. You did a video. Can you confirm that?
One jet near the side has a plastic jet.
I'm pretty certain that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
He should be watching that film.
Yeah. He must have took a quick glance at the phone and to see what was happening.
There we go. Look.
Oh yeah, part number.
There
Is
we
that
go.
part-
I can't say I recognise the number, but there again, I've been to bed since then, so I don't have a clue.
They're only important. They're only important when you need the part. Afterwards,
Exactly.
you can forget
I
about
used to
them.
always keep. I used to keep all the bags once upon a time. I
Oh,
got
yeah.
rid of that nonsense.
You've been drunk since then as well, Conker.
Once or twice, mate. Once or twice.
Yeah. No cider tonight, Conker?
No, well, in fact, funny you say that. I was giving it some serious consideration. It's been a strange day actually. I didn't quite know why, but it has been. But we had early dinner, so I've got an update. Oh, well, mate. Here we go. So there is a different part number. Look, that's the one that I think I sent up to Mick.
597547.
Yeah.
And it's certainly the one I fitted onto the wife's mower. Me. I put petrol in it for her. What more do you want me to do? I fitted that cartridge in there, and it solved the problem. It doesn't hunt anything.
Hunting lawnmowers is so annoying when you try to do everything you think and they still hunt.
Lord.
Yeah.
And I sometimes think I've been doing it for a long time, and I think my ear's so tuned into it, even a little one, I can still hear it.
Yeah.
You know, when no one else would notice it, or didn't know about them.
Yeah.
I can still hear that going slightly up and down.
Yeah, I can hear our next door neighbours going backwards and forwards with this thing hunted away.
Yeah, that
right?
always does me head in. Neighbours that have like really terribly tuned or sound like it's on its last legs. It's like, ah!
Well,
a lot of times I've actually walked down the bottom of the road because I've got a neighbour who's notorious for it. It's like, what have you done to it now? I mean, yeah.
You've only been trying
Won't even go there.
Jeez.
I think it was a couple of years ago. I was working down the road from someone that every time I sort of went to do the job, they had this. It must have been a Briggs and Stratton Classic, I reckon. It sounded like that, but they must have took the springs off and had it full whack revving, and it revved full whack. And I heard it working for like a long time. So it goes to prove how good them old engines were, because that was revving full whack.
Some of them were bulletproof, weren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, I know. I had one that turned up, and it had a cable tie wrapped around the governor's arm, so it couldn't move.
I've had literally one of those this year. A cable tie holding it together.
Didn't Mick do a video where he had that
Otherwise,
massive great spring on one?
Yeah.
It was like a big, really big spring on it.
Oh,
How people think they can repair these things like that, I don't know, but I suppose anything will do for some people.
Well, they call it the fiddle
fairies.
Fiddle fairies.
Some people, as long as it'll work, it doesn't matter how it works. As long as it works, that'll do it.
Thing is, when I had the cable tie, it didn't even work. It wouldn't start at all. I think I've
Perhaps
got
they
it
give
running
up after they
since.
tried it on there.
I think I have actually got that one running since. I cannot remember. I've got that many mowers. I've lost track now.
Who dropped out there?
Partners.
No, partners. Yeah. See you later, partners.
Yeah, the old Ospreys were all right. They were all right. Big old mower.
So I mean, come the winter, because we're getting now, we're into autumn now. I should be, the mowers I've got here, I'm going to be draining them out completely because of this E10 and petrol we now got to put up with.
I'm all right because I've got like 10 litres worth of the old fuel still. So,
but it's quite interesting seeing how you can get rid of that ethanol by throwing a little water in there.
Does not look very nice, does it? When it's extracted.
Well, it works. Obviously, I think you just I just go out and buy myself some expensive fuel for that fuel I use.
That's what I'll do. But my local garage has said, because we do gardening, we get through the fuel so quick. Right. He doesn't think it'll be a problem if you're getting through it so quickly enough. It's when it's sitting in there, it's when the problem arises. So, but I probably will just go for the super unleaded stuff. It's not that much more.
Well, exactly.
And we can still get it at the moment. So,
I mean, I should just drain them out, to be honest with you. It's a tip that, again, Mick said about winterizing, and it makes sense just to drain them.
I think it did anyway before, to be honest, even with how the fuel was before. I think it's always wise to drain them if you're not using them, because that even the E5 fuel, sort of, if you left the carb too long, it's sort of varnished up in there and got a bit mucky. So I think that's good general practice anyway, really, if you're not using them.
I think so. I mean, I've got a 2-stroke edger up there. Forgot the make of it now. The Australian one. It got 0 safety measures on it, you know.
Victor.
I was about to say.
That's the one. Yeah. That's had 2-stroke in it, and that even now has been lying around all the summer, and that will still start that run.
Yeah.
I've been trying to sell them. Go on, mate. I've been trying to sell the damn thing, but nobody seems to want it. It's more of a commercial thing, really.
Yeah,
you know, it's got this blade that spins around on the side to cut the edge of the lawn.
I've got one. I think it's called a McLaren or something like that.
Yeah. This is lovely. This is lovely condition. Well, it looks new. I mean, I paid about the same sort of money for it. I want to get rid of it, but at the moment, I've not found anybody that's commercial boys anyway that can make use of it.
I don't think many people use them over here. I think they're more in the States. I think they get used more.
Yeah,
than they do here.
States and Australia,
yeah.
Because
they've got long sort of streets there, haven't they, where people's gardens sort of come. Edge more really.
But there's got 0 safety on it. I've got this damn blade spinning around it, whatever it is, 1,000 revs. With a guard over it, it says danger. That's the safety mechanism. Danger.
Use sense.
Dear Lord. Edward Thomas, that's interesting actually. That is interesting. Grass seeds are longer in winter.
Yeah.
I mean, our grass is still growing now. It's as well as it was during the summer. I can hear an echo, by the way, guys.
Yeah, so can I.
Is that me?
Me.
Is that me? Because I'm having to play around with my settings at the moment. But am I echoing?
Yeah, there's still an echo, I think. Yeah,
there's still an echo there.
Oh, I need my battery charge as well. Is that me? The echo or not?
Don't know.
Let's find out. Hang on.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you, Luke.
Yeah.
Well, I'll try. Tell me if this is any better. Is that better?
Hello.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's fixed it. Yeah,
that's
that's
better,
fixed it.
that's
Yeah.
better.
I put on the echo cancellation. It said so.
Oh, right. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, you
Not
got
me,
rid of
mate.
mate.
It wasn't Tim. It wasn't Tim for once, Mick. It's a rarity.
He still sounds normal voice rather than a chipmunk.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to put this invite out again, guys, and I'm going to then 2 seconds. Where are we? Put that out there.
Yeah, in reality.
There we go. So, Scotty,
It's
you're
what,
in charge
3?
for a minute, mate.
Okie dokes. In reality, I think a lot of people, it's more like 3 months, which they're not actually cutting.
Yeah.
3-4 months, really. You're cutting grass more longer, aren't you?
We cut till about, because of the leaf clear ups and that, we cut to about sometimes near into December because we're collecting the leaves as well. But then it's usually when it gets too wet, we have to stop cutting because it gets too
When
wet.
it starts getting really, really wet.
I don't cut in the wet anyway. When even the day after, I usually let the grass dry out for 2 days and then I go and go back to cutting it because it takes longer. If you're cutting it when it's wet, it starts clogging the machine up underneath, and then you've got and it takes longer because you've got to clean all the grass out from underneath it.
Well, if you follow, and I have the garden community, there's always a thing is, this mower is the best one in the wet weather and all that. But I'm one like you. If I can leave it, I will leave it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can't. It depends on workload. But
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to cutting my neighbour's grass because they've had a few financial problems, so they're not able to pay. So they don't want me to cut the grass at the moment. It's just like, it's nearly ankle height. It's gonna, by the time we get round to it, I'm gonna have to trim it. I already know I've got to trim it anyway.
But
even
see if your grass gets too long. The council will write you a letter and say, get your grass in order, get your garden in order, or face a fine.
I wish they'd do that around here. My back neighbour.
Honestly,
it's nearly as high as the front fence.
Yeah.
And that's a 4-foot fence that I've got in the front.
That's what they say. Round here, the council will come out and inspect.
In fact, saying that, I think they've got weeds about 5 foot.
You won't know that they're in the street, and then they'll take a note of what garden grass is too long, and then they'll turn around and say, right, a letter to this one, a letter to this one, and then they'll send you a letter, and you've got so many days to get it sorted. If not, they'll hit you with a fine.
I wish they'd do that around there, telling you the amount of places.
Yeah. Well, actually, I look after some gardens for like a housing group type thing, and I look through some of the fences to the neighbours where they are, and their gardens are just an absolute they're on estates, and the gardens are absolute tips. They are, like brick rubble, long grass, absolute mess.
Yeah.
I don't know how people down there obviously get away with it. They're down here, but I've got a few. We were talking.
It is with that grass because it's thick, horrible grass. That's the thing.
The thing is, what Tim was saying about the wet. I do some of mine with ride on, and when it's wet, what you cut, you drag with the wheels, and then it flings it.
Yeah.
And then you're fighting to try and disperse this wet, clumpy grass.
Yeah.
And it gets a bit stressful then.
Yeah.
Because you want it to look as nice as you can possibly get it, don't you?
Yeah. Yep.
And then they don't want it collected with a ride on because some of them are quite big gardens. So, they want it sort of thrown across. But I like to make it look nice. But and it makes it more of a challenge. But it was all right last week. It was a little bit wet one day, but it didn't really stick on the tyres. So I was all right.
Yeah.
I know as soon as I drive on there and I do a few strips, I know whether it's going to be a bad day or not. But we do a few big ones.
Yeah, as long as it's man's here. Yeah.
What was that?
Oh, Mick put a comment in the chat. I never let my grass get as long as it's man's here. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like cutting my own grass unless I've got a mower to test out because your grass only grows so fast. And I like to, every time I cut it, I like to cut it with a different mower, which I want to test out. Because you do the same. Then
that's always the fun bit I enjoyed doing, confusing the absolute daylights out of the kids. Because they're just like, hey, what? That's not, that wasn't the mower you used last time. I'm just like, oh, no, good, isn't that?
You've only cut.
I
yours
always
once
confuse
this
them.
season. I've only cut mine once this season yet. So far, my own.
I've probably done mine, I don't know, probably about 20 odd times, I should imagine.
Yeah. Mine's probably 20, 30 times. Oh.
I'm due to cut mine again.
I don't know. Have I got one to test out at the moment? Yeah, I have actually got one nearly done. I'll test out with that one. Yeah, but the problem is that it's one of them power performance metal deck
Oh,
ones. Have you ever
Power
had one of them?
Performance Pros. Yeah, I've got one. I've got one I've got to do up.
And I think
it
I
is
saw it the
leaky.
other day. I think it should. And the little bits that hold the grass bag on, they were bent in. So I pulled one out and it come out. The other one snapped off. So I got to weld it back on. I got to weld it back on. So I should have gone more careful or heated it a little bit to do it. But I just thought, that'll bend over and it snapped off. So
I don't do one. I will not pay.
Nice one, Neil.
I'm just looking.
Yeah,
at
I can see the dog in the garden. I'll cut it. Nice.
What's
My dog
this?
prefers the grass long, I think, to be fair.
I'm just looking at some of the comments. I'm just trying to catch up here, a moment, guys. Oh dear.
Oh, Steve said I need to use a hedge trimmer on my mop.
Yeah.
It's getting to that stage again. It isn't as long as it has been. And you go back about 2 or 3 months ago on my videos, it was.
I'll tell you
Got
what,
an afro going on. Yeah.
get a bit of the old ash blonde coming on the sides there, mate. I notice.
Pardon?
Bit of ash blonde coming on.
Yeah,
the
that's
side
what
there.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and what? Mick said the John Deere is a runner. Does the drive work, Mick?
There we go. Yeah. So I've always explained to my wife the reason the beard has got a bit of lack of colour is I use toothpaste, whitening toothpaste, and I reckon when the toothpaste spills out your mouth, it bleaches your beard.
Yeah.
And if you believe that, you'll believe absolutely anything. I'll tell you, mate.
I'm due a shave, but yeah, I doubt. I've been so busy this weekend, so they'll have to wait. Could wait. Who's gonna care?
Yeah. I see Steve's around.
Yep, he's the one that said about my hedge trimmer.
Yeah, I can see that. Good to see you, Steve. Welcome, mate. It's a bit different. As someone said, it's son of a Monday, it's a Sunday. It's giving it a try. See how we go.
Yeah. Why not?
I bet your Conquer goes live again tomorrow as well. And if
No, we'll be again tomorrow, mate. I promise you.
He'll be down the pub.
Yeah, I mean, I've got other stuff to do, like everybody else, mate. I mean, we've got stuff to do, and I think it'd be nice for well, I mean, obviously with Dusty and sort of not doing much at the moment, I thought I'd just jump in. If it causes any problems, I can certainly jump straight back out again. But
it's a job to find a gap at the moment, isn't it?
well, it is. I mean, it's quite amazing, actually. I mean, I've not been doing this for a couple of years now, or whatever. I can't even remember, mate. I remember when I first came in, it was, very few people were up. And I learned a huge amount just on here, chatting to people, Mick and Martin Butler and all the rest of them. And I think it grows. It amazes me. It just grows. And of course, at the end of the day, it is a crack. And I think what really made it, and I've always said this is like the pub. It's like the pub without the beer. Is a crack. You can have a bit of fun because we're not down the pub, but we all sit around. We all talk bollocks like you normally do in a pub. Yeah, you come on here and you talk bollocks. Difference being you're either drinking a cup of tea or Coke or maybe Amstel beer.
and the odd bit of sense comes out now and then, but not very often.
My inside to go.
Yeah, I mean,
It'll be frothing from the mouth.
Yes. Yes, I've seen enough videos of that.
Volcano.
Yeah.
Big Small Engine says he has the same problem as Mendit Man, being blessed with so much hair.
Yeah. Dick wishes.
Yeah, I'll tell you what,
That's not on the Barnet, clearly.
Yeah.
No.
You may not notice, Guy, there's just a bit thin on top there. That used
Yeah,
to be a
that's a
solar
thumbprint.
panel for a sex machine.
No, it's a
Now it's a
thumbprint.
thumbprint.
Yeah.
But, yeah, but there's so much on YouTube nowadays. Amount of knowledge is incredible. I
Yeah.
mean, you can find out anything you want on YouTube.
But it's being
Even-
added to. It's being added to all the time, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Thank you, Edward. Far from it, mate. I've only just worked out how to tie a knot in the pull cord at the moment. Hang on a second.
That's good.
But I mean, you can even find out about McCulloch's on there, about how to get the rear wheel traction to work, or BMCs. They're all on there. Oh
You don't have
no!
much luck with BMCs, do you, Conker?
Oh God! Here we go! Here we go! Here we go!
There he
He couldn't
is.
resist, could he? He couldn't resist.
Oh Lord!
That was a short film.
You be watching your film, mate.
Yeah, bit of Mrs. P time.
Yeah, why not, mate? That's what it's all about. How you doing? All right, mate?
Well, just chilling out.
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
Listen to four idiots talking on a YouTube station.
You say 4 or 5 now. I missed it, mate. Sorry. What are you up to, mate? I haven't spoken to you since Wednesday.
I saw you last night. Twat.
Did
I was
you?
about to say that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You was dressed
Happy
as
to
Santa.
mention it.
Well, clearly Conker was a bit drunk last night. Because why else would he come up dressed as Santa?
Oh, there's a reason. I mean, Mick was talking about his Christmas stream. And I thought that, well, there's only one way that Father Christmas could come in.
Sorry, Jane.
That was met with a wave of apathy.
Yeah,
I've just had
I could hear the crickets chirping.
two more updates for the Christmas stream.
Oh, well done, mate.
The Moa Medic has said, "Here, come on up." And anyone ever heard of a channel called Musty One?
Oh, easy coming on. is it?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Nah.
Doesn't
You
mean
ever heard of Musty One?
No.
Yeah.
I think I watched him repairing a Pooch Maxi once, actually.
Apparently, he's got a YouTube channel.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't quite got my invite yet, come Mick, for some reason.
Yeah. So Musty said yes, he will come up. He has got elderly parents, and they're not in the best of health. So he said as long as they're okay, he will be up there like a tramp on chip. So he's up.
So how many's that?
Right, well done.
How many you got
So-
now?
So the stream is me, Terrell Fixes All, someone called Steve Small Engine or something. I think he's Canadian.
Yeah, sounds it.
Yeah, Steve Small Engine, Bruce's Shop, Chicanic, Hayes Machinery, Double Wide 6, Moa Medic, and Musty One. Musty One is hopefully.
So you'll still have one.
Yeah, so
will there be
potentially
one
9.
space?
Yeah.
I've still got one space left, and I have invited 2 others because Musty's not a certainty. I've offered a place to 805 Road King and 65 Ford. But as of yet, none of them two got back to me. So if they don't get back to me, that's what it is.
Are you going to do what you said? Are you going to do what you said? Sort of let someone off a regular, sort of keep come in and out, sort of thing. If they
Yeah, I will try and fill it first. But with Musty, not sure what Musty's doing. That is sort of my spare one.
Yeah.
Donny Boy 73 Dick, he decided to decline the offer because he doesn't celebrate Christmas, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Whatever.
yeah, no Donny Boy. I know that Steve did try and work some magic on him, but it didn't work. So he don't want to come up. So that's fine. So yeah, because Musty is not guaranteed certainty, that will be the empty spot. Did I just say Musty One? Yeah, Musty One. Yeah, Musty One.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't worry, guys. I'm always available, as you probably know.
That should be good. So Hayes Machinery are
He's
doing
ignored me, doesn't he?
Hayes Machinery is going to be doing a professional 30-second video clip to promote it, which hopefully we'll be able to pass around. What I might try and do is pass it around everybody's YouTube channel. But you know, is in a regular. If I email it to everyone, you can all put it on all your channels and try and publicise it best we can.
Steve's on the side anyway, there, Mick.
Steve, I will be happy to pop up and down to give anyone a chance. Yeah, exactly, Steve. Yeah, we can work it, can't we? We can work it. I just don't want to
Give Steve a chance to get another beer too.
I just don't want to overbook it like last year. Last year I overbooked it. Well, I didn't. Somebody else overbooked it for me. And if it wasn't for Henry from Mowers and Blowers having such wicked internet problems, I'd have been stuffed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
Mick,
either way,
just Mick, before you go any further, have you heard how Henry is?
Henry Morsky,
Yeah.
he's got COVID.
Has he? Oh,
Yeah, he's got
shit.
COVID,
I
and,
emailed him today to see how he was.
Yeah, he's got COVID, and he can't do anything more than, more than about 30 minutes, and he's done. So yeah, he's okay.
All right, mate.
But,
Thanks for that. I wanted to know what was going on. Thanks,
yeah.
mate.
Yeah, Ken, still going.
Got a new t-shirt supplier.
Nice.
Yeah, a woman called Laura over in Newmarket does them for free.
You didn't do that one, unless you didn't tell me about it.
Mate, it's her own business. She hasn't got to tell you what she's doing.
I was going to say, Mick, if you want to enter that, I said Riley hasn't got one.
Mate, I entered the last competition
Yes,
and didn't
man.
get my name in the hat. So what? So why should I even bother this time round?
Up to you.
So yeah, it should be.
Even Ken.
Hey,
Should be a good stream. Oh, if I can keep one space open and have people going up, irregulars coming up and down for 5-10 minutes at a time, that'd be great. But it is only about a 2-hour stream, so
Are you doing the one before, like you said as well, for the normal?
yeah. What I'm going to do, I don't have. It's quite a long stream. It's
It
gonna
is
be
quite long. That's the only thing, isn't it?
6:30, 7 o'clock, somewhere in there. I'll start, and then at 8 o'clock. I've purposely done it at 8 o'clock because of people in Canada and what have you. It's just an hour and a half later for them, which I think would be around about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It give them a chance, and then we do 2 hours with a guest panel. Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah,
that's the idea.
but I'm sure you'll do others. I'm sure you'll do others over Christmas anyway. Quite a few, I would imagine.
Well, yeah, I do like the what I call the celebrity one. It is a good one to have, and it is good fun, but it is also quite stressful too.
Yeah.
He's back. He's got his shaved paws and his shaved belly and his.
Hang on, mate. Here you go. Look, here's a cat. Look.
Yeah.
What do they do to him? What was wrong in the end?
He's got pancreatitis. So, but they don't know what caused it. It could be there's things that cause it, not just pancreatitis, because he's young. He's only 16 months old.
Yeah, you said he was young.
Usually, you don't see. I mean, pancreatitis, even like in humans, there's no age limit. It'll attack anybody. But it's generally congenital, like from birth. So the problem is, in order to isolate what it actually was, we had to do blood work and X-rays and an ultrasound, and I mean.
Which costs a fortune.
Well, I was going to tell Ali Mack, between the last vet visit and this visit, we're up to $4,000 US already.
Really?
Yeah, and honestly, to keep him one more night was another $1,000. This is an emergency animal place. No one was open this weekend because of 9/11. Everybody shut down, but there's no one that could do the ultrasound except these specialty places. And then on the weekend, you're paying double because it's a weekend. You know what I mean? So, but you know what? I mean, like I said, God was looking down on my wife when she got T-boned. The extra thousands of dollars we got off the car, it saved Virgil. So, you know what? In my mind, everything happens for a reason, and I'm sure that's why. So,
in one hand, out the other. But
yeah, but at least I had it. How many people you hear, young people that can't afford it, they put down their pets, and I mean, we're just hoping, God willing, his bouts. I mean, we had a cat that lasted 7 years with pancreatitis, but the bouts are maybe once a year where you'd have to give antibiotics, stuff like that.
Yeah.
This one here, he was throwing up every 15 minutes. It scared the hell out of us. My wife didn't sleep for like 36 hours. It was crazy. But now, I mean, hopefully, I'm just glad he's home.
Have you ever insured animals or not?
Say again.
Have you ever insured animals you've had before?
Now that it's a pre-existing, you can't.
No, you can't now. Our dog, we got our dog done, but he costs £30 a month. He does to insure him.
Yeah. I wish I did it when we first got him, but forethought, you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Hindsight, innit?
I mean, we had our Mimi for 14 years, 50 years. I mean, not much of anything. And he was outside all the time.
Yeah.
This one indoor only. I mean, no basement, no nothing. Just so he's not eating anything or getting into anything.
Yeah.
So he said it was congenital from birth. He had it. This cat came from. It was a rescue out of West Virginia. So, but who knows? You never know. It just when my daughter or son walked in there that day, he went right for him, and it's like that's the cat for us. So the cat picked us. So he probably knew. Hey, these people have the wherewithal. If I get sick, they'll take care of me.
Any chance you can teach it to cook and clean and earn its bloody keep?
Unbelievable.
Hey, Mick, when you're
I
there,
like Mick's comment. I wish I had access to alcohol right now.
my GoPro, someone keeps turning on all the time, and it's getting hot all the time.
Yeah, mine gets a bit warm from time to time. Yeah, don't we do that? It's that time of year.
Turn itself on and off, though.
No, mine don't do that.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, you've been on what, 2 hours? Oh, doing good, Conker.
Mine does get a bit warm.
Does it? Oh, right.
Yeah, I think I need new batteries for mine.
Well, I just charged mine, and then I've charged it off the mains rather than off the piece of the computer, and it got really, really hot.
But it will do. Have you not got you've got external batteries, haven't you?
No, just
Is
the
it a
battery
Hero?
goes in. Well, I take them out.
You can take the battery out, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you go on to I think it's eBay, you can buy Chinese copy batteries for that. I got a little tiny cube power charger,
External charger,
and
yeah.
it's got 3 external batteries. So I just plugged it. They're on trickle charge.
Yeah.
And each battery lasts about 20 minutes, half an hour. And then as it runs low, you just take the battery out, put another one in, and that goes back on trickle charge. And that's how I do mine.
All right.
About £24 for a battery bank.
All right, because a bit worried about getting so hot. I mean, it got really, really hot.
Well, if you're charging the same battery time and time again, mate, it will do. That's what I mean. You get these little tiny cubes with 3 batteries in them, mate. That's what I use.
All right, mate. Thank you. Yeah.
That's what I use. I've been doing a video today with Mrs. P. Actually, she's in it.
Oh, she's in it.
Really?
Actually, Laura was in mine earlier, but yeah.
I look forward to that one, mate.
I heard about the peanut butter and bird seed. I hope it's not too scary.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
She was cutting grass with her Honda Izzy, and I thought, well, I'm not gonna have that. So I fired up my pimped up Honda Izzy and give her a race up and down the garden with it. Only problem is it dawned me when I was doing the editing, she hasn't got a bra under her t-shirt, so it's a bit of a wobbly show going on. But we'll leave that in. It looks like two untrained spaniels had the party in her top.
She's not there, Mick, is she, at the moment?
Like my wife, it's like the West
Mick,
Ding dong, ding
it's just a ploy. It's just a ploy to get to that 10,000 quicker, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything to get there.
It's on there, bro. I'll show you. I've even got the thumbnail to it. Where's the thumbnail?
Cheers, fix it.
Hi, Neil.
There's a thumbnail to it. Look, little sneak peek at the thumbnail. There's a thumbnail. Where are you?
You're gonna be the screensaver, Mick.
It is.
Oh, she's even got the Mick regalia on, huh?
Hell yeah! It's all about self-branding.
Of course.
Do you think in the future she will come in your videos more? Would you like that? Do you think she'd do that?
I think it's only confidence, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what have you? I show you this one. This is. I can't remember. I might show this last night. This is about one of our morals about the bloke selling to me next week. Luke.
Nice.
That's wicked. I've seen that
all
earlier.
the sword, Mick?
Eh?
All restored?
Yeah, no, it's just in good condition. That's
Brand new.
Wow.
That's a 14 SK, Luke.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's in real good condition.
Yeah, there's a chap local here selling 2 or 3 of them, Mick, I noticed.
Oh, saying that.
Suits you, sir, suits you.
Seen that, Luke? Seen that?
Hang on, mate. Hang on.
Yeah. Is that one you've had for sale?
That's what I got for sale on eBay. Check
Yeah.
it out at the bottom.
Is that 375?
Yeah, is that a good price?
375, one bid on it, 2 days to go.
Well, who was the one you showed us the other day, Mick? What did he offer you? 350 or something?
It was a 300 offer you had the other day, and you
Oh, that was-
declined it.
Oh yeah, that's that one. Yeah, someone offered me £300 for it. Yeah, so someone's actually bid on this one now for 375.
Are you finding eBay better at the moment for selling mowers than?
I only ever put up on eBay specialist mowers. I don't
Sort
really
of
run-
high end, more high end ones.
Yeah, bit
Yeah.
like that little lot there, Luke. Look.
Bye, William. Jeez.
Mick,
Nice
did you
little job,
talk? Did
look.
you talk to Henry? Mick?
Eh?
Did you talk to Henry? You said he had the COVID.
No, he was in
Hi, William.
AJT Garden Machines.
Oh, did he? Oh,
flat.
okay.
Yeah, he's got COVID. He ain't doing very well, but
Yeah, he said every half hour or something he's got to take a rest.
Yeah, thanks, Ken, for letting me his email address.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I've wrote to him.
Okay. Yeah, I texted him the other day, and he said like every half hour he's got to like take a break. That's all.
Oh, well, yeah.
I also managed to start up that John Deere today.
Does drive work?
Drive works, rotor clutch works.
Uh-oh.
The drive's a bit sticky. The variable speed, I don't think is working fully. Smoke like an absolute train for
Mick,
about.
look what Bill
Is that
said.
Integ?
You make some more money. Look, you got to do the Mix Mower autograph special edition.
What's that?
Look what Bill Clement wrote.
Bill,
On the
are you
bottom.
going to autograph it? I autograph anything.
You get a nice silver Sharpie and you give it the old.
It's all self-branding, mate. Yeah. If you stand still long, I thought I'll autograph you.
Do you have little stickers for your machines to put on your machines?
No, not yet. I'm thinking about it. Although
Little
I'm
ones,
busy.
though. Friends of mine have little ones they put on the machines. Yeah.
I'm busy enough as it is, you know. But that John Deere's got Kawasaki on it.
Oh, it's a Kawasaki one.
He just
Yeah.
threw that in the pile.
It was there.
Wow.
It was there, mate. It was part of it. So I got a haterette.
You got 13.
41 auto drive electric start.
Wow.
A Kawasaki with a John Deere. 4 Mountfield 414s and a couple of cheap and cheerfuls.
But does that mean you're going to have a lot of storage for this year because the season's over, or what? What's the timing like?
Well, I've sold one today. The season's not over. It's now's the time. If you want to sell them, you've got to drop your price.
Yeah.
You're talking £50 a mower. If you're prepared to take money for that, then that's fine. But they will sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is my low end ones I'm going to get rid of now, try to get rid of now,
That's it.
and keep like the haters or the Hondas to do over winter to get the best price for them.
That's it.
March,
That's
April time, yeah.
Exactly. So what I intend to do over the next week is I'm going to drag absolutely everything I've got out onto a lawn and just itemize how much is that going to cost to fix it, you know, and if it's going to be too much and there's not enough in it, then I'm just going to strip it out, take all the currants and raisins off of them, put them in a big dustbin, and then just scrap them out. And then that way I can then put all my mowers away into a store because I've got another 30 coming.
Wow. Hey, Mick, those reel mowers you had, those 4 reel mowers, is there a market for that, or is that more for
For the old ones? Do you reckon you'll do
the
the
older ones with the big baskets?
They're never going to make fantastic money. I have seen a few Atco Royal B30s, B24s go for like 500 quid, fully restored. But the problem is, if you fully restore something, you're never going to make your money back. You know, you're going to spend. When I did at Ransom Marquis, in the condition that was in when I first got it, that owes me about £270 in restoration, just materials, paint, and spares. So you never ever make money. But saying that, they're doing quite well on YouTube now, so I'm always going to make revenue off of them.
Yeah.
I nearly sold it last year for 500 quid, but the bloke backed out on it. And I haven't put it up this year, so I may. I think it's on Facebook, but I may put it up next year for sale for about 400 quid. See if it goes.
Yeah.
But that's what it is, you know. I mean, if not, you know, Luke, a little Iron Foundry straight pipe exhaust. You know,
Yeah.
the straight ones. You can't
Yeah.
buy them. You can't. Buy
I
them.
would, if I'd have been given them for, or got them for, I'd have probably just broke them and then sold the spares on eBay. That's
But you
probably
see-
what I would do.
But you see, I don't like working vintage machines.
No, that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah.
I've got 2 ransoms in my shed. One is in good condition. My darling. The other one is in
Nice,
pretty poor as Nana. The other one's in
Nana,
pretty
morning.
poor condition. So I may keep the half sensible one, do that up, and then the rusty one, I may scrap that out because an AML 379 carburetor is worth between 80 to 120 £.
Yeah.
And then you talk about original exhaust, another 40 quid, pull cord assembly, 40, 50 quid, rear roller, 50 quid. You know, there's about £600 there in parts. If you're willing to break it, and that one I may break. But what I might do is I might break it and then just like restore the tank, spray the tank nice, and then sell it as is. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because tanks, tanks make quite good money, don't they? The older tanks and that do, yeah.
So I might
'Cause
do
I've
that
got-
this year.
I've got a few old mowers in my garage, and they're like in good nick, but they're like collectible type mowers, and I don't really know what to do with them. You know, I've got a couple of Massport ones. One's a 2-stroke with the Iron Horse engine on. I think they call it the Iron Horse engine.
Iron Horse, Iron Foundry, yeah.
And that's a 2-stroke on that. And there's the other one. It's the same, but that's a 4-stroke. They're probably early 70s mowers. You know, I don't know what. And then I've got a really nice Honda HR17, the little early 1981.
The one with the silver handle.
It's the one with the handle with just one bar up, and then it comes round. Yeah. But I don't know. They're just taking up room, but they're old.
See, I don't think that style of Honda would ever make good money. It's a bit like the old HR173s, isn't it? You know, they're just not really what I call collectible.
They're not. No, but I tell you what, I got one of them outside. I do my own garden with sometimes. I reckon because the blade's so thin on them, you know, they're made so thin. They give one of the best cuts I've used. Actually, they cut brilliantly. Them little mowers do. But yeah, they're not going to be worth so much. There's loads of them about as well, isn't there?
Yeah. So Mick says, but Mick, what if you need a part? Well, I've got a fully restored Ransom Marquis, and I think the way I look at it is, if that blew up tomorrow, I've had one. I've got it. I got it from a barn find, and it was a tetanus shot waiting to happen.
There was quite a lot of rust on that.
I stripped it. I've done 6 or 7 videos on it. I've fully restored it, all original. So I can say it's a bit like having a classic car, isn't it? When you've had it and you sold it, you can at least say I've had one. I've experienced it. It's a bit like the dentist. You know, the dentist is never ever going to make thousands of pounds. It's just not going to happen. You might get £500-600 for a good dentist, but you're going to be in the hole for £800 in doing it up.
Is there any mower that's going to be worth over a classic mower that's going to be worth over 1,000? Really, they're not going to be many, is there?
Yes, I think there is, right? But I think you're going to have to wait about 30 years for that.
Yeah, perhaps that way. But now, here and now, there's not really, is there?
Unless you find just the right buyer, you know, someone who's just a little bit eccentric and thinks that's a little bit cool and snazzy. I've got a ransom Ajax push reel mower. You can get them for 20 quid. You know, fully restored. I've seen them on eBay for 700. You know, who in their right mind is going to buy a fully restored ransom Ajax and use it on their lawn?
So I need to find an Australian that's come over to the UK and used a Massport when he was a kid at home, and he wants to buy one that's almost mint original condition. Is that good?
The bloke in Ireland who wanted my ransom, he was going to buy it for his mum because his dad had one. Her husband, he had one. She was 89 years old.
Wow.
You know, I just can't see her starting a BSA
Whoa.
Sloper and engage the drive, let the old clutch out. You know, she'd be shot. She'd be dragging the ground with her false teeth. You know, so it's. I think what I'd also like to do at some point is I'd like to get them all up and running nice, and then maybe go and show them. You know.
Yeah, you'd like a collection then. You could a classic collection. Yeah.
Well, at the moment I've got Suffolk 17, Suffolk Super 17 dual clutch, a Dennis, a Atco Royale 30, 4 other Atcos, 3 Ransom Marquises, a Ransom Ajax. So I have got quite a few to show, you know. But do I want to then be, you know, load them up onto a trailer, going camping for 3 days just to show them off? I don't know. Yeah, but hey ho, when I'm 65, 70 years old, maybe
You might want to do that. Yeah.
You know.
How's the Dennis going, Mick?
But Dennis is in the shed with a dust sheet over it, and I haven't touched it.
Jeez.
I got it out in November last year to transfer it from my old shack into my what I call my vintage store. And I tried to start it back in November, didn't want it. Too cold and petrol leaking out of it again, out of the seals. It just didn't want to crank.
That must have been fun moving then.
Yeah, 272 kilos is not funny.
No.
It will. I've had it running once. I'll have it running again. So the plan is to strip it down to nuts and bolts and refurb it. But the only problem is the bloke did tell me when I bought it that it has a bit of a sticky exhaust valve on it. Now, have you ever worked on a Blackburn engine before, Luke?
No.
Well, neither have I. And from what he said to me, I haven't looked at it. It hasn't got a head. There's no head on it. It's a headless engine.
Oh yeah.
So the valves come out sideways.
Yeah.
And then the entire engine comes up.
Yeah. I've seen older engines similar style to that. Like, yeah.
My theory, of course, is that if I take it apart and something breaks, it's game over.
Yeah.
It's game over. You're talking specialist machining.
Yeah.
You know, it's all going to be Whitworth stuff as well. You know, so you know it's going to be difficult to get the bolts for it.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I'm assuming if it has got a head, I'm assuming it'd be a copper gasket.
Yeah.
A copper head gasket. Not your traditional head gasket. It'd be a copper sleeve one.
I watched a bloke. He made his copper gasket. I think he made the copper gasket. Have you watched a bloke that repaired motor? Well, no, don't repair motorbikes or makes motorbikes more or less. And he sort of cuts engines in parts and then makes them like 4-cylinder, joins 2 together and that. Yeah. And he makes. He's really good at his stuff. He's made mountain bikes for his son to do competitions on and all sorts. He's actually got a V10 engine in a motorbike.
I've actually seen a bloke with a motorbike, but he's got a Lister engine on it.
Really?
Yeah, it's
petrol or diesel?
I think it's petrol. I think he's actually got. He's all steampunked up. Got spiky glasses, spiky top hat. And he's actually got a D-lister mounted onto a frame. You should hear it. It's great.
That's one way to part along, isn't it?
Leave it as it is. It's awesome. Well, yeah, I know that, but something's telling me just to strip it and paint it and make it look nice once again. You know?
Yeah, well, that's the problem. I bought that bike I revealed the other week, the Rally Burner.
Yeah,
and on the Rally Burner groups and pages and that, a lot of people like them to just be left alone. Then some people like to do them up to make them all nice and shiny again. On one of them, I like to really do them up to make them all nice and shiny again.
Some people say just throw an oily rag over it and leave it be. I get that. But by leaving it be, you don't learn nothing. And we're talking 1930s. So unless you strip it and try to understand its mechanics, you'll never know, because to test the oil on that, to actually take an oil reading.
I remember
off
you said, yeah.
you have to
What
have the
was
engine
that?
running
Yeah.
Yeah.
to get the right oil. Now it should take 12 pints. I think 12 pints of oil. But it's got a dry sump, so when the engine runs, all the oil goes into the engine.
Oh yeah.
And when you turn it off, all the oil comes back into the sump again. But once it's turned off, you don't know how much oil you've got in the engine, so it has to be transferred over.
Yeah.
First. It's a really weird setup.
Yeah.
We'll see. You know, at some point I will drag it back out again. I've got the roller seat for it now.
Yeah.
I'll drag it out and we'll have a look. If it comes apart relatively sensible, then yeah, it's going to be stripped and sprayed.
Well, the thing is, back in the day, they wouldn't have made things too complicated. You wouldn't have thought, would you?
You say
Really?
that, but if you look at the Ransom Marquis,
What engine's on that? Is that the slope?
that's called a BSA F12 Sloper, yeah.
Yeah.
But not so much the engine, but the actual mechanics of the clutches and the drive. For the time, 1960s to early 70s, massively over-engineered.
They were properly made, weren't they, as well?
Massively over-engineered, you know. But the Dennis is a completely different ball game altogether. So we'll see. I've seen some really nice ones, some lovely ones, and I'm envious that if I can get mine to look like that, then it'll look nice. Look, dog danglies. Never's waiting for Conker to come and sort the Dennis out here, are they?
You're gonna get him to come and polish it or rub it down.
Mate, you've only got to ask, mate.
I'd like to see it try and start it.
If I'm done by the time, if you're still here when I'm done, I'll be back.
If I have to run.
Yeah, my stomach's in knots. I gotta hit the head. I'll be back. If you're back, I'll be back.
All right.
Oh, what? Mr. P with no knickers on. So yeah, we'll see. It's just. I'm like you, Luke. I like to restore something and make it look nice. You know.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Even just your standard hater 41s, 48s. They just sell so much better when they're done up.
Yeah, I do. I just sold the 48. I did, and that was it was advertised just because, you know, age-related marks. But along the front, they always sort of chip off a bit, don't they, on the old curved front ones? I sold it as it was, but looking at it, I thought I don't really like that because it's got the paint off the side and all that. I like them looking, you know, nice, but you know, you have to sometimes weigh up the time, don't you? I wanted to get it done. It was mechanically spot on, but you know, cosmetically, it wasn't broken. The deck didn't have no breaks in it or anything. It was just the paint had come flaked off.
I've got a hater 48 in good condition. I sold it. It came back. Big end had gone. So I gave the bloke. I think I gave him a full refund. But when he got it out of the car, he dragged it out of the car and then tipped it right onto its front wheels onto the ground.
Oh yeah.
And I said, "Is that how you get out of the car all the time?" He went, "Yeah." I said, "Well, that's not doing it no favours, bruv." Anyway, so I've got that deck there with good grass bag. I've got a hater 48 side drive, all done ready, no engine. But I have got a hater 41, which is in Roughneck. I haven't tried a 5E engine yet. I'm just wondering if I can't put that 41 engine on there because it's the same engine, Luke, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll work.
Yeah.
Well, they actually used to, in the earlier ones of them, they used to put the Max engine on, which were 4 horsepower, I think.
Yeah.
So that's only, I suppose, 3.5, they're 3.5, isn't they?
Yeah, it's only half horsepower.
Yeah, so it would probably do it.
Yeah.
But then again, like I've said, we were talking the other day about the Hondas. The 160, you don't notice much different to the 190, do you?
No, exactly that.
Yeah.
Just a question. Would you ever lie to sell a lawnmower?
No way.
No way.
I lie through my teeth every time. If you look at the grass box, you'll find the Bible. It was owned by a priest.
I was going to say the same thing.
No, I don't tell lies. And one thing I do stand by, as Conker knows, all my machines are fully tested before they go out. They're run solid, and if there's any suspicion, they're run for 2 or 3 hours. You know, and if it's not right, it won't go out the gate. Simple as
Yeah,
that.
but there's some little bits I do on mine, and it might just even be like a little clip I'm not happy with, and I'll have to put it to the side of the mower, then put it down and think I'm not happy with that clip. I'll even go and like drill it out or whatever and put a split pin through or whatever, just so I'm happy. Because if that goes and then that clip falls off, the drive drops down or something,
not worth doing.
peace of mind, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, of course. What about you, Conk?
Yeah.
Pardon?
What about you?
If it's a BMC, he'll say it's a wonderful mower.
Hey, I stand by my machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go. Yeah.
Always. I mean, I've never ever sold anything that I didn't think was good. To be honest with you, ever.
I had quite a few this year, Conk, where I've had about 6 people this year contact me saying they've all bought mowers off of Facebook, and within an hour of getting it home, it won't start or whatever. And a bloke.
To be honest with you, mate, I wouldn't sleep. To be honest with you, I'd be worried about it all the time.
I would. I'm the same.
Yeah.
I mean, it don't cost nothing to whack a new plug in, change your oil, clean
Exactly right.
at the very least, clean the air filter if you can. Sharpen the blade up, because if I had about 4 or 5 come in this year, all said they were fully serviced, and the spark plug was sprayed black, and it had a champion in there.
Yeah, I don't know what
with crane flies at the moment.
People must look through the page and think, "Oh, they've got a mower. I'm just going to put serviced in it and just say it's serviced because it'll help sell it."
Yeah,
and I've bought before. I actually bought my right stander, which was cheap. I used for work, and that was a good price. But he said fully serviced. When it come, the blades are as blunt as can be. He hadn't sharpened the blades,
right?
So yeah.
Oh, get a room, you two, for God's sake.
He's off the bed.
Hi, Dorothy.
Yeah, so you've got to do all the little bits and make sure they're as good as you can sort of get them.
Has Annie got a Mrs. Claus outfit on tonight, Conk?
You'd like to know, wouldn't you, eh? No, that was this morning, mate. She's got her Dorothy on at the moment.
Yeah, probably Dorothy. Yeah.
Yeah, she goes to Dorothy.
I've had 1 or 2 mowers this year, which I've
Hang
sort
on,
of
careful.
got running. I thought,
Well, yeah,
you know what? I don't quite sound right, or but as long as you're honest, and you say to the bloke, right, it's all running, it's done some work, it's done some hours, it's priced accordingly, and not such that they say, I don't want to cut my grass, mate. I'm not worried if it goes bang. You know what I mean? So half of you don't care, and this is the problem when you restore something. Like this Hater 48 I restored, or did a tire job on it. It came back after 3 months, and it looked like an absolute bag of crap because he had chipped it, he scratched it. I just thought I spent 3 weeks on that bar.
Yeah, making it lovely.
That's a good, interesting what Dirt Rider is saying there. I suppose it's similar to what Ken was saying, Mick, about putting a little sticker on somewhere, so you know it's your machine, like it's coming back.
Funnily enough, 2 things have happened to me this year. One is I bought a mower that I sold. It was still cheap, and the second thing is, but that was off a Facebook Marketplace. And the second thing is, I went down to my local dealer in Brighton, and there's a mower in there for sale, in the heap, and it had one of my fixes on it. You know the cable fixes. It had one of them. I'm guaranteed my mower.
Yeah, well, generally a lot of people will buy the cheap ones for years, use them for a year, won't they? And then, leave them out all winter or whatever, won't start or whatever because water's got in them or whatever. And then they'll just bin them and do the same again the next year, won't they?
Yeah, it's much like the Mountfield 414s. They're 200, I think about £220 brand, £240 brand new. That's cheap. That's throwaway society, I've got 6 now, Mountfield 414s.
I've got 3, I think.
which I paid like 15-20 quid for each, and with a quick carburetor clean and a bit of spit and polish on it, that'll sell next year for 130 quid each.
Yeah.
It's funny old game. We just see. How many of you sold this year, Conk? You sold many?
I ain't done that well, mate, to be honest with you. they've come in. What I've had, I've sold.
Well, that's
To
good.
be honest with you, mate, everything I've come in is sold. I've got 4 up there at the moment. That strimmer, by the way, started up again tonight. 3rd pull, no problem. That's sussed. Yeah, you're top man. You got it sussed, mate. I'm well chuffed with that.
Luke, hold on, Luke.
We spent an hour or 2 on it, but it runs. It runs well.
Yeah.
I don't
Well
mind.
chuffed.
I don't mind working on 2 strokes.
I love it.
Were
I
we
love
talking about on your stream, Mick, or something? Someone said about working on. Someone was talking about on one of the streams.
I think we're talking about Bruce last night. Wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I don't mind working on stills and that. I quite enjoy working on them.
To be fair, I mean, it's like Conker. Conker brought that FS38 down because he couldn't get it to run. But when he was tuning it, he was going. I said set them both about 1 1/4 turns. That should do you, right?
Yeah, that's what I generally do.
It should start on that, and that'll give you a benchmark where to go. But when I say, if it once you get it running, flat it out. I always do the high side first, and people say don't do it, but I always do. I'll do a high side first, and I said just find that sweet spot where it's screaming its head off, and then just back it off a touch. But Conker was doing 1/4 turns at a time.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
And I said to him, no, between 12 o'clock and 1/4 past, you can have about 30 different settings in there.
It's only a tiny little bit, something like tiniest bit.
Yeah.
And when Conker saw me actually tuning, he said, I've learned so much today.
Absolutely right. Yeah.
I do. The biggest trouble I have with the 2 strokes, I think, is when I buy the Chinese carburetors, because sometimes you get a bad one and you put it on thinking you got new, and it is new, but it just, some of them very finicky how you tune them in and that, aren't they?
They tend to be finicky more, but because I think the diaphragms are a cheap material.
Yeah, as well, yeah.
And I think once you've tuned it, I said to Conker, once you've got that tuned, you may have to go back next week when that diaphragm's bedded in a bit and just give it another little tweak,
Yeah, with that FS90 I was talking to you about, what I'm going to sell, I put a Chinese carburetor on that, and that I was using that for a good couple of weeks, and I was just every so often I was just tweaking it a bit until I got it spot on. And it was spot on in the end.
Yeah.
I think I take a bit of bedding in, don't they? Really,
definitely, yeah. That diaphragm has to relax a little tiny bit. But Conker's carburetor that he got for that FS 38, it didn't seem right to me. In fact, it didn't say Zama on it, did it, Conker? I don't think it did.
I can't remember, mate. I don't think it did.
Or it didn't come in. It didn't come in a.
No, that's right. It had Sam on it. But it came in a cardboard box.
It came in a cardboard. It's a plain cardboard box with no steel markings on. And no
That's right.
paperwork,
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Nothing on it. And I said to him, like, that's not genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. I said, no, I ain't.
Even Stella.
Because I remember a while back I was talking to Pete Froud, and he was pulling his hair out about an Echo. He just couldn't get he bought a Chinese carb Echo one. He just couldn't get it to prime. Whatever he did, he could not get it to prime. In the end, I think he borrowed one, got one off another machine or something, primed, and then started up fine. So,
well, I've had them before where they won't prime, refuse to prime, and literally I just tip it on its side and just spray some WD-40 straight down the throat of a carburetor. Fill the carburetor right up WD-40, and then prime it, and it just gets rid of the airlock, gets that valve working, away it goes.
That way is I have fiddled around with them and got them to prime in the end. After a fact, it took a while, but I've got them to prime.
Have you ever used one of those pressure testers, Luke?
What the ones to the pressure ones?
You can pressure test the car itself.
No, I haven't. No,
I know Mick's not used one either.
WD-40 fixed the.
You get the pressure tested ones where you can block off everything and you can test see if your seals are gone, can't you? And that.
Yeah.
But I've never done that.
No, me neither.
No.
I think it's something I would like to get into because watching Ken and watching Bruce do it, it could save a bit of diagnosis time.
Yeah.
And I think it's much like manual carburetor cleaning versus ultrasonic. It took me a little while to come over to ultrasonic. I'm
Yeah.
an old school person, you know. So yeah, I might venture over it if someone wants to buy it off my Amazon wish list for me. I
Yeah,
might-
I think.
Wait, you got a wish list?
There he goes with a plug.
Apparently.
Yeah, Ken,
Apparently,
you use one of the pressure testers, Ken?
Oh, definitely. And I got Brucey into it too. Now he's into two strokes. The good thing
Oh,
about
wow.
it, though,
Yeah,
even if you buy just even at the hospital, those pressure bulbs, like for blood
Oh,
pressure,
yeah.
and you put a little, you know how they have the little check valve on those too for when you're doing blood pressure, and then hook
Yeah.
a little inline gauge to it with a T-fitting. That's all you need. And that
Yeah.
way you can see if the needle is sticking or if the pop off is coming, because people get flooding in the carburetors because the needle's not sealing. Perfect way to test it. You
Yeah,
put
but
it
is that the major?
Yeah, pump it up.
Is that a major cause of problems?
Yes.
Very simple. Like I said, I bought some of those pressure bulbs, and I actually bought a couple of gauges. I was going to make some of them as giveaways because really it's just simple. It's not the vacuum, but it's the pressure. The vacuum is more when you're checking seals and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah.
But the pressure is good for just gaskets and if your needle's working correctly. That's all.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, years ago, I had an Echo long reach hedge cutter, and I was having to adjust it all the time because it rev fine for a start, and then it mess about. Then I bought a carb for it, made no difference. All that was in the end was a head gasket had worn. That's all it was. But you know, I tried everything. I didn't know so much about them then, and yeah, I was pulling my hair out with that. But that's all it was. So you know, if you can sort of do that sort of tests and that would have diagnosed that, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's funny. You talk about how we diagnose stuff. Our friend Jim Condon, Mr. Generator, he did a good video the other day on a generator that had the Nicky carb with that weird looking gasket in there. That
I saw it. I saw it.
What failed, though, he kept thinking it was the needle because he'd blow into it and it wouldn't seal. No, it was that little O-ring that seals.
Tiny little O-ring,
plastic. Yeah, and how many times would you just keep changing needles? He did it twice before he realized that little O-ring in there, it makes a seal as well. So, but how many times would we not do it unless we put a little pressure in there to see? You know,
Yeah.
We'd put it together, wait till the fuel all came out, then we'd be all mad.
Night, Tinker.
Night, Tink.
Night, Nev.
See you, Nev.
Cheers, Nev.
Night,
Thanks, mate.
Neville.
for dropping it.
Where are you at, Mick? Subs, where are you at?
Oh, subs. I was just checking that video of mine. 9,748 now.
Wow, you got 48 in a day. Nice.
Nice.
I was just checking my video, my ethanol video, because I seem to get a lot of comments today on that.
A lot of copycats I saw in the last day or two. A lot of copycats.
Oh, is there?
Oh yeah.
Like
I think
who?
I seen 4 or 5 after you did yours. Yeah.
Like who?
Just different names I haven't heard, but just people that are out there doing videos.
Yeah.
But I've just seen, like, at least if you do ethanol fuel or test for ethanol fuel, you'll see in the last week at least but over there they're talking about your E10 and all that as well.
All
Um,
I've got about 25 people for my t-shirt competition.
Oh wow.
So that's done pretty
Are
well.
you shipping to the US, Luke, or no?
Yep, I said I'd do US and Canada.
Oh, okay.
And then I said anybody else because some of the stuff apparently is quite hard to send. Not sending it over to Europe. I'm not sure many people watch me from Europe, but I said ask me first before entering, so I could just find price.
Yeah.
But US and Canada are included.
I know the most expensive that I've seen so far is Australia, New Zealand. That's like the most expensive.
Yeah,
that ethanol video has done over 10,000 views.
Wow.
Bloody hell.
Nice.
It's only been out 6 days.
That's nice.
Isn't it?
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's amazing too if you look under the diagnostics and you see what kind of revenue things are generating. And my most generated revenue video is one I did 2 years ago that I figured was one of my worst, and it's generated the most views, most income, most everything.
I was telling Mick about one the other day. I did a video, and it was actually on my other channel years ago, and it was a Honda Strimmer, and what was wrong with it was a spark plug change. It was a pretty poor video, I even admit. That's done 49,000 views.
Crazy.
Fantastic.
But and I didn't think it was very good. And whenever I look at the top videos, that's always there.
Yeah. But what I keep doing now lately, and everyone should listen to this too, I'll change the title of some of the videos now that I know what is attracting the viewers to them.
That's a good idea.
I mean, the video is the same information, but if it was titled like working on the MTD, well, instead of corrected Nikki carb needle problem or something like that.
Yeah, there's little tweaks you can do, I think. Yeah, because sometimes you'll do a video much the same, and you think, well, why hasn't that video done anywhere near as good as that? Because it was as good as that. But
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean, Ken. Yeah, there's quite a few in there.
Oh yeah.
He's looking now.
No, it was ironic how in the following week I saw at least a half a dozen or so.
Yeah.
And it was funny because a lot of guys, many are not small engine guys. They're campers or outdoorsmen or things like that. People that just use fuel, ATV people, stuff like that.
Well, I'm going to do a video. I think it's worth doing. I'm going to get Mick, I watch your video and I'll be using your advice. And if it goes wrong, I know who to blame. Well, it's fine, mate. Just send me the bill and I'll repair your engine for you. No problem. And I'll give you the bill for repairing the engine. I'm going to do a video. I don't know if to do it in 2 old mowers or what yet. In fact, I've got two Mountfield 414s. I might just use them for experiment, and I might just put E95 fuel, not 95 fuel in one, and E10 in the other, and just run it every month. A bit like what Terrell done, and then after 6 months, drain the fuel out of both, have a look at it, see what condition of a carburetor is, and then put it back together, and then leave it for another 6 months, starting it every month to see if it doesn't fail and all that sort of stuff.
I was going to think about a video a little bit similar, not actually with. I was just going to do one a little bit similar to that sort of thing, but it will be different to that.
Hey, I got to go arrange Virgil's food. You'll never guess this. When he eats his food, I put it in like a pile. He'll spread it out and eat a little bit. I have to go back every 10 minutes, make it into a neat pile again, or he won't finish it.
Ken, I'm not being rude. The cat is taking the piss out of you.
I'm telling you. All right, I'm back.
Definitely.
Yes.
So that's the sort of thing, the main thing at the moment with the fuel, isn't it? Really, everybody's talking about it, whether it's in cars. There's even a woman in the next village. I don't think she's used the car because apparently her car won't run on it, so she hasn't used it since. But apparently, my car, my Subaru, will run on it fine, and that's a 2004. And even if you have a Subaru 91 and newer, will run on it apparently.
Yeah, I don't see it being a massive problem.
I don't really, not massive problem.
Even
if you use it quick.
Even for lawnmowers, as long as, and I've always said to my customers, I don't know about you, Conk, but I've always said to my customers, if you cut your grass every 2 weeks and you have a medium-sized lawn, buy yourself a 5-litre container and only fill it up to 2.5 litres. And go to a petrol station more often than what you would if you bought 5 litres. That way you have a higher recycled
fresh fuel all the
fresh
time.
Fuel going through. If you buy 5 litres, by the time you fill up your last bit of fuel from the 5 litres, you could be 4 months, 5 months down the road.
Yeah, absolutely right, mate. Absolutely.
Oh no!
It was like we were saying earlier. Anyway, a lot of people who have trouble over winter, leaving them. But it's general practice to drain the fuel anyway, isn't it? If you're not using them, whatever fuel you're putting them.
Well, you say that, but there are lots of people. When I did my winterization video, they all said, "No, I ain't doing that." And what have you.
I wouldn't mind betting 99% of people do not drain their mowers over winter.
Nah.
But I left my Honda HRH end of 1 year. The next year, I went to start it, and it wouldn't start, and carb had to be done. So it does go to show over winter.
Left inside, I never see many issues, but definitely the ones that are outside.
Yeah.
In summer, the sweating, you get water, things like that. I mean,
especially with the ethanol, that's going to be the problem with the water, at least.
Hooked on Classic says my Cortina won't run on E10. Yes, it will. if you remove the ethanol from it and add octane booster. Watch my video, and you'll see.
Will a
Cheeky
Cortina,
plug.
will a Cortina though start on it?
Yes.
If you went to pumps and put it in, it would run, wouldn't it? I would
Yeah,
imagine.
hell yeah.
Yeah, but on the long run,
Yeah,
that's
in the
where-
long term, yeah.
It's not
if you
just so much,
accidentally did it, it wouldn't kill
it's
it.
not just so much the up to, and this is the thing. E10 fuel is up to 10%
Yeah.
ethanol.
I
okay?
tested 5 different stations. They all vary.
Exactly that. So you could put E10 for your Cortina into your car, and pot luck, you've only got 2%
Yeah.
ethanol in it, which is the same as putting in 95. But all you got to do is if you've got a classic car like that where you're not running it in everyday use and only running it for shows, you could buy yourself 50 litres, mix it up down a bottom shed. All right, it's a bit of a risk having lots of fuel, but you buy 50 litres and ethanol it, add octane booster. You've got your own show fuel, and that will keep for years.
Yeah.
Years.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah,
at the moment,
we
you can still buy E5 or 95 fuel for the next. We're saying at least 4 to 5 years. You still buy it for. So there's no big mad rush.
A long
No.
time ago, we stopped buying Sainsbury's, Sainsbury's normal unleaded for our mowers because they just didn't run. And mowers, and none of them run very good on it. It was a useless fuel. But I use a better garages now, and it's been fine. But Sainsbury's fuel was poor.
So is Tesco's. Bill says.
Yeah.
What does Bill say? Bill says. Simone, some octane booster would help. Yeah, it would help. Yeah, you got to do it because. But by removing the ethanol, you're removing some of the octane of it. So it'll be the chemical I'm talking about.
But when you run out, winterize your mowers and trimmers and stuff, you run them dry or do you just drain them dry?
So I use 2 techniques. One is I leave all my fuel in all year round, but I run my tanks down low, and every month, as per my alarm, it goes off. I put about 3 or 4 glugs in, fire the machine up for 2 or 3 minutes, and done. And I will do that on 30 mowers. Okay.
Yeah.
And by January, February next year, not a problem. Or I don't run any of mine dry. I literally just empty the tanks right out, take the bottom 10 mil nut off, drain them right out, let them air dry, and then put them back up. That's what
because running them dry, you get all sorts of other problems anyway.
it's not just that. It's not just that, Conk. If you're running dry 2-stroker, 2-stroke machines need to have petrol and oil mix.
Yeah.
If you're running it until you're out of fuel, you're getting no oil in that cylinder.
Yeah.
And it's easy. It's easier 2-stroke trimmer or something to empty as well, isn't it? It's a lot easier.
Exactly.
It's easier than mower. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just tip them over.
How many times I forgot to put the cap on when I filled it, and I thought, oh.
At the very least, with a 2-stroke, I recommend take the cap off, dump your fuel, and then take your spark plug out of the cylinder, and then prime that bulb until all that fuel's gone out of the carburetor and it's gone through into a cylinder. Let it evaporate off. Job done.
Sometimes I'll put a little bit of 2-stroke, just the oil, in the spark plug hole and go a couple of times if it's going to sit for 6 months.
Yeah. As long as it's that side of a carb, not the other side, that should be fine. Yeah.
The worst
sell fogging oil too for 4-stroke engines. Stable sells a fogging oil to keep the cylinder itself from rusting.
Yeah.
But the worst problem is if you can't repair it yourself. If you can repair it yourself, you can deal with it, can't you?
Exactly.
Yeah. That's why our videos are going to be important to people.
Well, we're just there to try and help people out. And the biggest issue is that you always get some know-it-all knobhead who's always got to put a comment. Oh, don't do it like that. Your fault. But choice is yours. Take my advice or don't take my advice. It's your decision. You make your own mind up. But that's what it is.
Thanks, Ralph.
Well, he's bordering on Anfield Lee as far as the tone.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we can all fix stuff. Well, apart from you, Conk, we can all fix stuff.
What do you mean? I just pretend I can.
Well, I did see you the other week, Scotty. Actually, what are you doing? You were thrashing the merry hell out of a Strimmer head nuts to try and get the strimming.
That was a couple of months back.
He was sat there with a screwdriver trying to prise it. I said, but just get an Allen key and a spanner and go pop and it'll come off. You sit there with a hammer,
I
give
know
it all that stuff.
It was scrap anyway.
Whack it like a Catherine wheel he was. I was like, just do that.
It was scrap anyway.
But you ain't seen me trying to get a bearing in tonight into my scooter. Yeah, that didn't go as it was meant to go, so I had to use a big hammer.
Yeah, just increase it. Just use a larger hammer, mate. It works eventually.
You should have seen me trying to get the drive shaft out of the Ransom Marquis. That didn't want to come out neither, and the big hammer came out.
Sometimes a big hammer is the only thing that will do it, innit?
Yeah.
It's when you get the two-handled hammers, you know you're into something.
It don't, and it don't make no sense when you can't get a bearing in or a drive shaft in. When it's just tapered, it should just slide, man.
Yeah. And it started going wonky, and then I had to bang. It got in. Yeah. I filmed it. It will probably go up, but it didn't go as well
Hammer,
as I thought.
a farmer's spanner.
But you have to sometimes,
stick the bearing in the freezer, the rest of it in the oven. It kind of work. Yeah, okay. You started trying to put a mower engine into a cooker. The missus does not like it. I tell you.
I wouldn't tell her.
The problem I had, it was
just pretend it's a cake.
I couldn't put it really in the oven because the problem is I had to put the seal in it quickly first, the oil seal. Then I had to have the bearing put in afterwards. So by the time you were messing around trying to get the seal in, it'd cool down and heat it up.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. And I haven't really got a good drift. I needed a good drift set, and I don't really know where you can buy one. I've looked, to bang the bearings in.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Luke, I bought myself a press. I got myself a 10-ton press.
I probably should have done that with this.
That's the way to go.
Is that the first one you had, Conk, or is that the second one?
Eh?
Is that the first one you had?
Leave it.
Leave it. Leave it. But it worked. I mean, it wouldn't. They're not cheap, but they save a hell of a lot of work.
My dad's got two of them up his, but he won't let me have one.
Just go and steal it. He won't know.
He actually wouldn't. One is in a shed, and he would not know if I took it. He honestly wouldn't.
I find the hardest thing about them presses, the hardest thing with them is when you got to repackage them back up into a box to ship them back to the company.
He's gone. Trouble is, I had to make a box that looked like a coffin to put it in.
You should have said I got one here. Looks like a coffin.
Oh Lord, we won't tell you about that story.
Oh, well.
I will have to get. I will actually have to get one. I'm always taking bearings in and out, so yeah, I would have to get one.
It's all right if you can put it in a vice and do it, but there's only so many angles you can get in there.
Yeah, the only thing that's a bit annoying with the presses sometimes is getting it level on the base bit to get it right. Because not everything is flat on the bottom or whatever to actually.
Yeah.
And then
I've got engineer wedges. You can buy the wedges that you use in mill machines and stuff, milling machines. That's the way to do it. You can cob it up one way or the other just to get it in square.
Yeah, my dad's got a big sort of box, and it's got loads of old bearings in and bits of pieces of metal. And
bits. Don't use bits of wood. That don't help. They just crush.
Yeah. I had a Ford Ranger, and I had to try and I put a wheel bearing in that, and that was that was a bit of a challenge to get it to the right angle.
The other thing is, you think I've got a 10-ton press. Mine's 10-ton. You think that's big, even that sometimes that struggles. That squeaks a bit sometimes.
Yeah.
Not on the sort of stuff that we're working with, but on bigger stuff. Like,
car stuff, and that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you need a bit of oomph. Oh well. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it. It's nearly good God, I've done 3 hours.
You can stuff off. You can stuff off. You've got another minute and a half yet for 3 hours. You can well stay there for another minute and a half.
Yep.
Okay, not moving.
Don't you stop that with me, mate. 2 hours, 59 minutes, and you're going to go for 3 hours.
It's gone
Yeah.
quick, actually.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed it tonight. Well, I enjoy it all the time. It's
Yeah.
really interesting talking to everybody.
I feel it picked up in the last sort of half hour.
You know, went downhill, mate. Went downhill, mate. Yeah, no, it was good. It was, it's good. I hope everybody else enjoyed it. That's the main thing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Have a crack.
Yeah, I liked it. I see you got a
That's,
thumbs down, Conk.
How many?
One thumbs down.
Probably
Yeah,
one I get on every one of my videos.
Yeah, I get the
On
same.
every video I've put up, I've got 1 thumbs down.
I agree
Dana.
with Mick. At least somebody's bothered to have a look to do it. Good luck. To
Yeah, that's how I think about it. Yeah.
It's probably mended, man.
Actually,
Yeah,
I usually forget to put the thumbs up, unless I have the reminders when, like on mixed stream.
Look,
They say-
I've got to stop you. It's been 3 hours now, mate. It's an overrun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all right.
2, 1. There you go. You're at 3.
Cheers, guys. Anyway, thanks
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
for dropping in. Everybody on the comments and stuff. Mick, Ken, Tim,
See you later.
Scotty, Luke, everybody
Yeah.
else. All the very best, everybody.
Right, cheers.
Ta-da.
Catch you all again
Cheers.
soon.
See you
Best
later.
wishes to Henry. Feel better, Henry.